Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Let me pull it up over here. Pull up the live. Yep.
Before you go to bed tonight, drink a glass of this and surprise
Oops,
I thought that was Alexa for a minute there.
There will be other people joining us here in shortly, but me and her have been sitting here in the back room chatting. We decided to go ahead and hit the live. So this is Laura, and she is a psychic medium. And her and I are working together on the global ghost hunt. We are part of the team, and she is the administrator. Hello, Stardust, David Hale, Ava, Margarita, Madison, Gail, Island Jen. Don't want to miss anybody here. Madison, let's see, I think I said that. I don't know. Lori, Angela Kramer, hello. Michael, hello there. So this is Laura, everyone that's just popping in. This is my friend Laura.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. It's great to have you.
I'm excited to be here. Thanks.
Let's see here. Wee Writer, hello. Cat Mom, hello there.
You said something about Island somebody, I think.
Yes, Island Jen, I think it said.
Somebody's pulling for her. As soon as you said her name, I was
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah.
Oh.
Kind of like Adam a little earlier, right?
Yeah. So earlier we had a meeting for the Global Ghost Hunt. And it started out, it was supposed to be a meeting, and then immediately Adam's father was coming to her, and she gave Adam some messages from his father, like immediately. That was pretty cool. That was awesome.
Oh, it was our first time meeting because I hadn't seen your show with him, and we were kind of introducing him into the global ghost hunt side of things. And then his dad kept showing me his dog. Remember?
Yes, that was so awesome. She saw the dog and everything, and he pulled out a picture to show her what the dog looked like.
Which was what I described, but I didn't know the breed. I was shown something that made sense to me, but they very similar with the features and the coloring. And I think he said the dog had just passed earlier.
I just heard a man's voice.
Did you?
Did you just hear that?
I didn't hear it. But I picked up an EVP here the other day with a man's voice. Did you see that little clip? And he said, go.
Yes, I heard that. Yes.
Now,
did anybody else hear a man's voice? Hello there, Eternal Sisters. How you doing?
Oh, that's PETA and them, right?
Yep, PETA.
Hi, PETA. So I can't see. Oh, well, maybe no one's chatting yet. So I don't see anyone, just so that you know. So
okay. You can pull it up on YouTube. Go to the G Team Paranormal and pull up the chat over there if you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got it going on my phone too. See, you can see
the okay.
Chat there.
Oops, if I don't break
Hi, Cece. There's Cece. Hi, Frankie. Rockabetty Queen. I remember you.
Is Island Jen still on here?
Island Jen, are you still here?
I feel like it's grandma on mom's side that trying to come through for her.
Okay. Island Jen, do you have a grandmother that passed?
Mom's side.
On mom's side.
You know, the bad thing is with grandparents, sometimes it can even be a great grandparent, but I feel like
Yes, PETA, we will definitely. Do you want to come up here and join us? You can. I can send you the link if you'd like. I'm sorry, what were you saying? Go ahead.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay. I was saying that sometimes I can tell like where they fall, but I might not be able to tell that it's great grandma versus grandma, right? So, but I definitely know this is maternal for her.
Okay, she says back in the 80s.
That doesn't matter. So I just have to share with you guys that So I have people that have been adopted and never met like their birth family. They could have died when you were children. It doesn't matter. Time frame doesn't matter for me. I just can see that they've passed, right? Um, Sometimes I get an idea of when they've passed, but sometimes it would be just like it was yesterday for me. Just it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you've even met them. A lot of people think that that's an important thing. But that's a misconception. So she's coming
Okay.
through very strongly. I actually feel like she's acknowledging something about mom for you. Um, and I feel like it's a bit of a concern. Usually I'll get something like they could be acknowledging, like maybe she just had like a big birthday celebration or something like that. And I can tell, but for this, is mom sick for you right now? Do you know?
Waiting to see. Can you see the comment section?
I didn't even actually pull it up because then I'm
Oh,
blind
okay.
to do my glasses.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. I'm waiting to see what she says. And then let me send, I don't know if did Peter want me to send her the link?
I don't know. I didn't see anything.
I didn't either. I can go over here and send it to her. Hold on.
You know, they've been sick, so she may not still be feeling great.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. She's been very sick. I forgot about that. So many people have been sick.
Right.
Yeah. Island Jen says who? What was the question you just asked? I can't remember now.
Mom, her mom.
Oh,
Her mom. Has her mom been sick?
has your mom been sick?
Or does she have something going on medically with her right now? Because I feel like the grandma keeps talking about the mom, but like that it's in a way of concern, like something's going on with her, probably medically.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm. So funny because I feel like I hear spirit saying, "Well, come on now, it could be other things too. It could be like there's money issues that she's stressed out." Like I feel like they're like, "No, it could be other things," but I just feel like there's a very heavy concern. And I guess in all rights, I have had this same kind of concern for somebody that's just going through like a really hard time. But I still feel like this
Mhm.
is something medical with mom. I feel like it is.
Yeah. Oh, David said her mom is dead, she said.
Oh, okay. Did mom
Oh, thank you, Michael Smith. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate it.
did um did mom pass from an illness? I wonder if she can tell us that. Because sometimes what I'm given, I can think they're living, or I could think that they've passed and they're actually still living.
Mhm.
Sometimes I can't tell, guys. My gifts are ever evolving, and they actually just started in
Mhm.
2014. So there's times I'm still learning. This could be that it's an acknowledgement of an illness that mom had.
Someone in the chat, Cece, as soon as we got started, when I started saying hello to people, one of the names, Island Jen, the
Hmm.
screen name Island Jen, she got, um,
Her grandma.
she started getting messages. Thank you so much, James White. I appreciate it. Now we have Adam coming up here as well, and
Nice.
Brian is going to be popping in, I believe. And we're just gonna talk about the global ghost hunt, and I wanted you to meet her, Laura, her.
Hi, it's
Her, meet her, everybody. Here she is. She's part of the global ghost hunt as well. She's the administrator. Oh, thank you so much for the donation, Nay Diaz. I'm doing okay. I've been kind of sick the last couple of months. Oh, okay, Heather. Let's see. Answer a thing, but yeah, you can private message. Just email me. Just email me something. Um. Anyway, So yeah, I just wanted you guys to meet her, and so you can kind of see, her gifts and everything. She's does readings over on her Facebook page, right? You're not your YouTube, just Facebook, right?
Well, I actually, the way it streams, it hits YouTube as well. I've been trying to do the Twitter thing. I've got some cool little clips on there, but I just remember how earlier we were talking about our age and it's in the way of how do you do this and do that. So trying to figure out the best ways to put the best part of my readings and things like that up. But yeah, so YouTube, Facebook. I've been so active with the global stuff that I've not been quite
Mm-hmm.
as active on my own page, whereas before I was trying to do
Yeah,
lives pretty often.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. Definitely keeps us kind of busy, especially you being an administrator. You got the paperwork end of it, stuff like that. So,
and Brian needing everything at the drop of a time, like I was doing a hard time about earlier, right?
uh, so let's see. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody doing okay? I've just had a kind of a crappy week, guys. I just wasn't feeling well for at least a couple of days straight, and that's why I haven't got part 2 of the Dowling House out yet. It'll be out tomorrow for sure, though. It's almost done. But yesterday I stayed in bed pretty much the whole day. I was just miserable, and I've also quit smoking again. So I think part of the reason why I'm feeling like shit is because I quit smoking and I'm wearing the patch, and the patch tends to make me feel a little sick. But I'm really trying hard to just stick with it this time because I'm tired of waking up not being able to breathe. I hate it. I'm sick of it, and I really needed to do this. I need to do this. A lot of my friends smoke, but I'm gonna have to learn to be strong, and when I'm around them, I can't watch them smoke or something. I just gotta look the other way, I guess because that's what happens to me. I'll go around people that are smoking, and then I give in. I end up
Right.
doing it. Yeah, I gotta stop doing that.
So Brian just sent a message saying he had fallen asleep and he woke up to 100 messages. So I actually sent him a text on his cell phone as opposed to Messenger and told
Okay.
him we're waiting on him just in case, he.
Okay.
So
I sent him the link. Yeah, he messaged me too. I just got a message from him.
okay, good.
Yeah, told him we were live now. So anyway, but I feel better today. So today I spent most of the day today trying to get caught up on the things that I hadn't done in the last couple of days because I had been feeling like crap. So I also wanted to talk to you guys about something else. Um, okay, Adam. I wanted to tell you guys about something else too. Most of you probably already know, but my daughter Heather's TikTok was hacked. Um, and it's a damn shame. She was about to hit 100,000 followers. They were so excited about it. They've been doing so well on TikTok. They've had it for a couple of years, and she went live a few nights ago and was talking about the TikTok. And she noticed the next morning she woke up to a bunch of like weird messages on there, and like almost like somebody was spamming her with these weird messages. Well, she clicked on one, and
Oh,
they hacked her. Yeah, but she thinks it's something to do with a hater troll in the chat, probably. I mean, it's possible. It's very possible because we do have a lot of them. And so, it's a shame. TikTok's working on restoring it. Hopefully they will. We haven't heard anything back from them in a couple of days, which is a little concerning, but and from what I'm hearing, a lot of people don't ever get their TikTok back once it's been hacked.
well, I hate to say
So,
it, but I was on another platform for a while and TikTok was talked about a lot on this other platform as just shutting people's pages down once they start becoming too popular for no
mhm.
reason, no type of notice. So I almost would wonder if it wasn't a TikTok thing and not maybe a hacker type thing. Just because she
It,
started getting too popular, because they pick
it
and
could
choose who
be.
they want. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's happened to people with 2 million followers, 3
yeah.
million. I've been doing a lot of research on it and just kind of just scrolling through TikTok and listening to people's videos talking about it, and they never got their TikToks back. So, Anyway, it's just a shame, you know. She doesn't even know if she wants to waste her time trying to rebuild another one for what? To get hacked again, you know. I don't go on there that much anymore myself. I've kind of lost interest in it a little bit. I mean, it is fun to go on there and watch other people's stuff, but
Mhm.
I haven't really been doing a whole lot of my own because I've kind of lost interest in it. And
I
I see all these people losing their accounts, and it's like, oh, screw you guys. You know, I don't know about this. So,
I can't. I
uh,
enjoy watching it too, but I can't jump on the bandwagon of sitting and trying to do all these same dances and duplications of everybody else's style. Like, I
yeah.
don't know. It's kind of a strange thing that we have started. You know, it's almost
It's
robotic.
fun, yeah, and I know, and I've met some great people there. That's how I met Cece and Annie and this guy Ryan and this guy Kyle and
Mhm.
you know a few other people I've met over there. So I mean, you know, it, I've met some great people. Look at a hair like something. What the hell? Like a spider web went across my face. Ooh, that's kind of
Spirit.
weird. What
That was
the hell?
spirit.
I feel it. Ooh, what is
Did
that?
anyone say if they heard the man's voice that you heard?
I didn't see anybody say that they did. Oh, we got Adam in the back here.
Oh,
I'm going to bring Adam up right now, everybody. Here's Adam.
Hey
Here he is.
everyone,
Hi.
how are you?
How are you?
Doing pretty good, doing pretty good.
That's good. Let me
Uh,
fix this so it's
Alright.
not so, oops, not like that. Hold on. Let me
Let's see if I can see
uh
comments.
figure out what, there we go. I like that one the best. Okay.
So,
So, how's it going?
it's been a pretty eventful week. Interesting, to say the least. Um, Anybody want to take a guess where I am right now?
In your bedroom?
No, I'm not. I'm not at my house.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
are you in a bedroom? I think I see a bed behind you.
Well, a lot of people in the audience might catch on because of our last stream and something he talked about.
Ah,
Let's see
gotcha.
if anybody in the audience can tell us where
Oh,
he's at right now.
Dad's
We,
bedroom.
we writer got it.
Exactly.
Yep.
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 We
He's in his.
rider, you're on it.
Yep. Thank you,
So,
David.
So, you know what's
yeah.
really strange, David, is we were talking a little bit about how I just got to meet you earlier and started doing a reading for you on the spot.
Adam.
Isn't that what I said?
You said
You
David.
said, yeah, what's interesting, David?
So you know what's funny is usually if I say something like that, there's a reason for it. Like there's going to be a David that comes through, or there's a message for David.
Yeah.
So I apologize.
Okay.
Does David have any meaning for you, Adam?
Not off the top of my
No.
head.
Okay. It's okay. We don't have to like dig for it too. But for me to just say that, I mean, we spoke so many times earlier, right? And I knew your
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
But we started talking about how I was doing the reading, and then the dog thing came up. And as I was talking here before you got on, Patty said she could hear a man say something.
Mhm,
So
I
it makes
did.
me feel like it was your dad because he came through so strongly earlier.
Mhm.
That's it. You know, it quite possibly could be because, you know, there's been times that we've sat here in silent, like Patty's gone on a break real quick, and I've
Mhm.
kind of entertained what's going on in the room.
Yeah.
And a male's voice has come through somebody's microphone clear as day, and other
Mhm.
people are muted or they're not saying anything. Remember, I think it was the last live stream that we did like
Mhm.
this. That this did come through. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember. And look what I'm wearing. Guns and coffee.
We're twinning.
We're twins.
That's too funny.
He sent me this. Thank you so much, Adam. I love it.
Oh, you're
Adam
welcome.
mailed it to me.
You're welcome. I
love
love it. I love that you love it.
I do. I absolutely love it. And just the little patch on the arm and everything. I love it.
Bear
So,
Arms Trading Company.
Patty, I
Mhm.
don't want to overstep on your show, but I just have to ask Adam another question.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't understand what this means, but I feel like your dad keeps doing this kind of sighing thing. I don't know what this is. Oh, so okay, so my dad's passed. Like, remember I told you earlier, like they'll give me things that make sense to me so I can relay it to you, right?
Yeah.
My dad used to do this thing all the time when he would talk to my oldest daughter, who was 6 or 7 at the time, and he'd sigh and say, "Oh well," and it just became like this ongoing joke. And I keep feeling like,
He would sigh quite a bit.
really?
Yes. He'd be
He
talking and
keeps
then be like,
making me feel like he's like standing behind you, and he's like, and at first I was like, do I say something? Was this like his last breath? Not to be,
no.
like, no, this is more than that. This is more than that. What is this? So again, probably just a validation that I feel like he's standing around you just sighing constantly.
He's probably frustrated that, I mean, so I was going back through listening to EVPs, like sessions that I've done throughout the house over this past week. And I've noticed there's more knocks than there are voices. But this one thing he used to do, and I've got to run it through, my computer and amplify it. But he'd say, "Bye, toodaloo, au revoir," and just keep going. And when I finished up one of my sessions the other night, I said, "Okay, bye, Dad, toodaloo, au revoir, ta ta," and I was listening back, and I can hear his voice say something. I just can't get which one it was. I can't figure out what it was that he said. So I've got to run it through Audacity, amplify it, and see if it comes through any clearer.
Yeah, and I do a session on the box I have and talk with Dad, because I feel like he would so come through, like, because he's so present, but we should definitely do that sometime in the near future.
Anytime you want to.
Okay.
I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually how this kind of started. I've been watching. Maybe he does, David. I don't know, but
I don't think I was going to say I don't think your father regrets it. I think what's bothersome to him, remember I was talking to you earlier about, was Mom there and you with the bullets and that kind of stuff that we talked about, right? I don't want to put too much of your stuff out because I don't know how many people know what you already have talked about with me, right? So I think that the only thing that's regretful is like he doesn't want you guys to have those regrets. Like if I wouldn't have loaded the gun, or the magazine, if Mom had been awake and went in there a few minutes, or like Dad's at peace. Like I never connect with spirits that are like, oh, I'm so full of regrets. Like they'll take accountability. Like he takes accountability of taking his own life, but it's not like we do it in this form, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So I always try to just knock that out. Like I don't believe that spirit carries that. They don't. I've had people ask like, well, they watch them when we have sex, are they jealous because I've moved on? Like spirit never connects like that with me. I think when they're in their realm, they're in their realm and it's peaceful, and they might have messages. They might have messages that sounds stressful, or a child saying mom or help, and it might sound like they're in distress, but I don't believe they are. I think they're giving us the messages that they're trying to give us, if that makes sense, right?
That does.
Yeah. So your dad's at peace. I think the sighing is just a validation for you to say, no, he did sigh all the time. I mean, it's not out of all the things I could have picked up on, right? I keep hearing him sighing. Like it's just a way of him nudging, just like he did with your dog earlier, right? And saying,
no, that was a trip.
I know that was
when we were talking with the dog. I was like, and you were, talking about it being peppery and everything else, and I'm like, oh no, that was my blue heeler. And we always wondered what his name was because he was a stray when he came along. And I just ended up naming him Buster because I thought maybe his name was Pepper, but he wouldn't react to it. But any name with a to it, he did. So I was like, well, Buster sounds good. And for 14 years, that dog was by my side.
And that's how he came through. You guys that are watching, you can't really appreciate it because I wasn't just reading for him and the dog came through. Like we had moved on from me doing the little mini reading with his dad, and we're talking about business with Global Ghost Hunt.
Yeah.
And then I finally just said, okay, look, I have to ask who's got this dog, that because I just keep seeing this dog. And I explained, to me, I thought it was a Weimaraner because of the facial structure and stuff. But once he pulled up the picture of the dog, it made complete sense. Even though it was a different breed.
Yeah, old Buster, he was such a loyal dog. He only ran off one time. He broke off his runner. I don't know how. And he went to a factory that was a couple of miles up the road. And next thing I know, the guy told me he rode around on the forklift with him all night. And I ended up having to basically pay this guy reward money. And his wife made him call to see if anybody. He's like, "No, this is the coolest dog ever."
Maybe you napped your dog.
Pretty much. And I was like, "Dude, $200. I want him back." And
right.
When I got him, I put him in the car, and he instantly like ducked his head, like, "Oh no!" And then like the guy probably thought I beat him or something.
Oh man.
The funniest thing was, as soon as I sat in the car, you got like right beside me, like, "Hey, how you been? Let me tell you all about my adventure."
Right.
And I was just like, "You got to be kidding me! You're the craziest dog, best dog though."
Oh, there's a question there for you from Michael Smith up on the screen there.
Did you hear that? Sorry.
I just heard that. What the hell was that?
Dad.
Yeah,
It was probably your dad. Yeah.
I think these are the knocks and stuff that I've been
Okay,
hearing.
so wait a second. Now I just heard voices. Do you have a TV on over there?
No, there may be somebody outside the door. Let me go look.
Okay, because I
Okay.
just heard it sounded like two people talking, maybe.
It might be my daughter and my wife. Give me one second.
Okay. Let's debunk it, right?
Look at that. I'm broadcasting on 3 different streams. So when I typed in the chat and said, okay, back to, I think that was Brian. It was either Brian or Matt that left that message. It responded okay from all 3, from G Team, Parapost, and YouTube. That's funny. I didn't know it did that.
So, Patty, somebody asked a question about animal spirits. Are you
Yes.
able to see what that said? Because it's gone for me.
Yeah, let me go back to it. Hold on just a sec. Ba, 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 ba. Oh crap, where'd it go?
It said something about how can or
here it is. Here it is from Michael Smith. There it is.
Yeah.
Can animal spirits come through like dogs and cats? Yes. So, Michael, yes, that's what happened with his dog today. That I had never met Adam before this afternoon. I'm in the middle of trying to relocate, so I didn't even know about the show that he and Patty had done the other night. So, yeah, like his dog, and I mean, they come through so specifically. Like spirit comes through for me the same way that they were in life, whether it's animals or people, right? And so, like his dog, I finally said, I feel like your dog just keeps shoving his head up, like he's right here, like he just keeps like getting right there. And he said that that's exactly what the dog would do. So yeah, they do. I have to say that I see spirit animals, but I can't connect with them the same way that I can human spirit. So they give me messages and validation for their loved ones when they want to, like his dog. And did you say your dog had just passed earlier this year?
Yes, it was earlier this year.
Yeah, so even more special because kind of like we went from dad to the dog's like, don't forget about me. I'm right here too.
Right.
That's the way he would have been. That's the exact way he would have been. He was, just, so it took me fighting my ex-wife for a little bit over a year to get my dogs back. And my daughter was telling me throughout the entire year that, I wasn't with him. He just moped the entire time.
Because they love us.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't care for her.
I'm sorry. I was going to say with Michael, the guy that asked about the spirit animals, I felt like I specifically was supposed to talk about something with a bird with you. Does that make any sense for you as far as you have a new member?
Yeah, welcome new. I was
Just
going to type it because I didn't want to interrupt you guys, but I'll
Fine. Welcome.
welcome new
welcome.
member. Thank you so much. Welcome.
I'm new here too. We'll have a party together.
Okay. Yep, I have merch. I have a merch store. I also have someone had put in there about my meditation channel. I do have a meditation channel.
Oh,
So.
that's so awesome. I didn't know that, Patty. So
Oh,
I'm
you didn't
really
know
big
that?
with that. I'm really big with the singing bowls and meditation as well. So we'll have to talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to send you my link so you can go and check it
Okay.
out. I just started it back in like either January or February. I can't remember. But I just did it. I didn't even tell anybody for a long time.
Mhm.
I just did it for myself because I really enjoy those kind of videos. And I thought, well, I'll just make some videos for myself. That's all I was
So
gonna do. But I
there it
decided to
goes.
go ahead and tell people. So
I stumbled upon a lady who's a sound healer, and I'll have to send you her link. But she's on Facebook, but she's like worldwide known, right?
mhm.
And when I stumbled upon her by chance, she was actually doing a singing bowl, and there was this melody playing, kind of like low, chimey meditation. And this woman opened her mouth. And if I could ever say that I've heard an angel sing, I would think that it's her. Even her humming, it's angelic for sure.
Oh wow.
But her name, I'll just say it here for anyone interested, is Milan Maritis. I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but it's
Mhm.
MEI/LAN. If you just put
Mhm.
that in your search bar, she'll probably pop right up. But she, her heritage is something like Tibetan or something from way back in the day with the Tibetan singing bowls, and she's amazing to listen to. So she's a really good
Awesome.
meditative.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd probably love her.
Can David Hale, can you put my meditation channel link in here so that I think Apita said she likes meditation videos, and that way everybody can click on it and go follow me.
Absolutely.
So, have you had any experiences, Adam, in the room since you've been staying there house sitting?
Where do I begin? Like we were talking about earlier, part of my frustration is the conversing. Um, you know, I would expect in his life he was a lot more talkative, so I would expect to, you know, have had more EVPs than I did.
Mhm.
But experience wise, like when I'm communicating with them, or when I'm trying to, I mean, like right now, you just heard the knocks. These
Mhm.
knocks never happened. And I'll be in the middle of, a session, and I've got it on video too. So I'm going to sync it back up when I get back
Okay.
home to my computer.
Okay.
And, but I mean, weird things have happened. And, like everybody has a particular, like a musk, like a smell to them,
Mhm.
Um,
Yep.
so, and I'm not talking like stink. I'm just talking about some,
Don't
everybody
worry,
has their
Dad. He
own
didn't think you
particular.
stink.
Mhm.
No, I'm not saying that,
Hmm.
but I'll be in the middle of doing something, and like that, it's like I can feel somebody else right beside me, and I can smell, like his smell. And it's been pretty interesting, to say the least. Things tend to happen more when my daughter's here. And, we did have a big argument. Remember, I told you about that?
Yeah.
Well, we're back to, you know,
Everything's okay now?
yeah, we
Okay.
just moved everything over. She's staying the night tonight. And
Okay, good.
I'm going to see if things, you know, get a little bit more, I guess, active.
Are you
Okay.
planning to sleep in his bed tonight?
What's that?
Are you planning to sleep in his bed tonight?
The thought had crossed my mind.
You should, because did you hear me giggle?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I did.
He showed me himself laying there just stiff as a board, kind of like, yep, I'm right here waiting. Come on. Like he's gonna be, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, but I wanted to share with you. I don't know if you've seen me say no. I didn't want to interrupt. My mom, as you can tell, I'm not much of a talker, but my mom was quite the talker. And since she passed last year,
I'm sorry.
even on Spirit Box, when she does finally come through, she sounds very, very far away, very faint. Like she'll do things like she kept taking her picture off the wall. Out of all my pictures that are out there, her picture would always be off the wall. So I think that you can encourage dad through. I have to say, you also have another male spirit there. I don't know who it is. I don't feel like he's a relative, but you definitely have another male spirit there. And I feel like you can ask him to also help your dad to be able to, like, I try to coach them, like, hey, those of you that are around of love and light, and my guides and my angels, can you help my mom step forward, or can you help? I try to do like missing person cases and stuff, right? Like, can you help? There's a little girl, Summer Wells, out of Tennessee.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So she speaks to me on the spirit box, like,
Really?
yes.
Oh,
But
wow.
I can't get her more than hi, or like she'll speak, but I can tell like that again. Again, did you hear that?
I
I
heard
do.
something. Yeah.
Yes. I have such goosebumps. Like, what the heck?
Oh,
It sounded like
wow.
somebody said something right beside me. I was
It
like,
might be her. You were talking about her when then you heard
I mean,
something.
if you guys could see my arms right now, like chicken skin all the way, right?
So what do you think happened to her? What do you think? What do you think?
There's something sketchy with the parents.
Yeah. So I'm just going to put this out as a disclaimer, because this is for entertainment purposes. However, I did help in a missing person case here and knew very, very good details. So I'm just going to say that. Here's what I was shown. Dad is somehow related to the situation. I don't know that dad did it, but either dad knew the person that did it, dad set it up to happen, dad owed somebody money. Like, there's something where dad is somehow connected to whatever happened to her, right? I feel like she's got familiarity with the guy that took her as well. She showed me herself walking behind him. This is where it gets a little weird, in a winter coat, and she was doing, how like you'll try to balance yourself on a log as you're walking.
Oh, shit. Mhm.
She's walking behind him, and it's winter. So I don't know if she's telling me that she's walked that path before during the winter, or that she's going to be found in the winter. But there's something with that path that she took, like it was familiar to her. But what I seen, and this is before I even got involved with the case, is that she went. You guys remember how they said that there's like this wood line and then a street, right?
Yes.
They think that she got into a car. They think she got into a car and took off.
At
She
the
didn't. The
bottom.
guy
Yeah.
crossed across the street with her, and they went back up another wooded area, and he kept her for a little while. She was like in a shed, a little garage, some kind of outbuilding. She was being kept there, and she was alive for a little while. But yeah, she's gone. I some things I try really hard not to connect to. I definitely think there was sexual abuse going on by dad as well as some other people. I'm going to tell you, I watched the Dr. Phil show. Did you guys follow that when he had the parents on there?
No, but there's
there's
just something off about them.
all of them. But here's the thing. Well, the way that they shaved her head, she was definitely abused. Like, I can see it all over her, sexual abuse. I was sexually abused growing up. I'm a survivor of it. So like when I seen her pictures, I can just see it in her soul. Like, you can just tell, right?
Sorry.
That's okay. But Dr. Phil he brought up something about, it's funny because they kind of made light of it, but like this mafia that's there, but not like an Italian mafia, but kind of like a Hickville mafia of some sort. He named them. And as soon as he said their name, the mom wanted to stop and started crying. Like, my first thought was when I heard that maybe that's the correlation to dad, is that he owed these people money or something and they took his daughter as like, okay, pay us back or else, and then it didn't happen, right? But there's definitely some correlation to dad and the guy that took her. And I keep feeling like they're going to find her in the winter. I've been watching some of her pages and they've got pictures of her sleeping in the car against milk and they think she's already dead. She's not dead in those pictures. I don't think anything accidentally happened to her. I think that she was kidnapped by this guy who somehow knows dad. So.
And somebody she was familiar with.
Absolutely.
Because I've been following this case quite a bit because,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's Tennessee. And, you know, people like to, you know, I grew up out here in the country. I came up here when I was 16. And let me tell you, there's thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of acres. People always talk about, you know, oh, there's no gangs in the country. Look, it's not necessarily a gang. It's the people you don't want to cross, and people come up missing all the time. You can look. It was just on the news. They found 2 bodies in the county that I'm in right now, within a mile of each other, both in a cave. The first one, they suspect foul play. They didn't say much about the other one other than they found his inmate ID next to him. And this happened within the past year.
Well, I think they found, and maybe it's the same thing and I just didn't dive into it because I try really hard not to look at news. But while they were looking for Summer, I thought they found 2 bodies like within a few days of each other as well. And like there was all kinds of speculation about if it was going to be her, which, you know, I knew it wasn't. But I know that you're not stretching the truth with that because it happened like that 1 week.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. Yeah, I didn't take it very seriously when I first moved up here until I started understanding, or started, you know, to understand how things do work around here. The good old boy system is like your gang. You get on the wrong side of the wrong people and bad things happen to you.
But even I think about things like the show, Jason Bateman's in it. Was it the Ozarks? And you know, like they have like those, and I don't mean to be offensive when I say this, but those hick people that were like growing their poppy and stuff. Like there's those people we would look at kind of as like a gang type affiliation. They're a big family of they're not going to put up with your shit type of people, right? So
Yep.
In their own right, they're a gang. They're going to do what they have to do to keep theirs where they need it. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They'll do what they have to do to protect their own and themselves.
You're not going to cross them. Yep.
Yeah.
And some people, you know, want to take them on, and
you're going to lose.
I mean, I can think of just off the top of my head, 50,000 acres right up the road. It's TWRA land that, you know, if I go far enough back, I could get myself lost and nobody would find me. Much less people that have grown up here and run these hollers their entire life. That's just the way it is out here. It's almost like watching an episode of Amish Mafia. I don't know if anybody.
It's so funny. I was just thinking about that because people were like, "They have a mafia in the Amish." Yes,
yeah.
they're a whole cult themselves. So, hey, you know what's funny? I don't know if you see me giggling again, but I see your dad. He's still back there, almost like twiddling his thumbs, like, "Yep, I'm here waiting." But I feel like, remember I said something about David? I feel like, remember I said there's also another guy there that maybe the David correlation goes to him. Do you know any history on the property or surrounding? They don't always have to live there, right?
Well, this house was built new.
Okay. Which doesn't matter.
It was built in 2000 or 99, somewhere in there. I'm trying to think, David.
You know, I mean, the reality of it
is he younger?
I definitely know he's younger than your dad, but I don't feel like he's a child. I feel like
so somewhere in between, like older than
20,
me, younger
30
than that.
yeah.
So,
Late if he's in his 20s, I might be. He just always get me, man, because I always see Spirit Retro too, so it's weird. Maybe I don't know why I keep wanting to say 29 though. 29 to 40, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, like middle age. You know, well, that's middle age to me now that I'm turning 50. But yeah, not very old. So
She doesn't look it. She doesn't look it, does she?
No, she doesn't. When you said what you said earlier, GCs, I was like, huh?
GC.
Yeah.
Or GK.
Wait, what are we talking about? I'm lost.
Okay, when we were talking earlier,
in, right?
When we were talking earlier, you said my grand.
Oh, my grandson.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
what?
So
I know.
I have a
I didn't want
26-year-old
to throw
daughter.
you
I have a 26-year-old daughter, a 10-year-old daughter, and then a 3-year-old grandson who's sleeping upstairs. But yeah.
Wow.
Which, by the way, I'm an Army vet. So you were mentioning something about being in the military earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also Army vet as well. So
yeah. Thanks for your service.
thank you for yours.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you both for your service.
Hey, thanks for
My pleasure.
Yeah. I stayed in a bit longer, but yeah, as soon as you start talking about your medical, because I'm 100%, not TMP'd, but 100%. Have you gotten it yet?
I got 100% TNP, but employable. And I was like, how did I pull that card?
That's not so bad, because you know when they make you unemployable, you know that they don't really give you much of an increase, right?
No, they don't.
So to me, I kind of like that I'm TP, but I mean that I'm 100%, but not I'm not even total and permanent, even though if you can believe it, my 100%, I mean, I've got multiple things, but the 100% is for my thyroid condition. And I've had it for 27 years. And, you know, one of the regulations is anything that's held over 5 years is going to stay for life. I still cannot get TMP, total and permanent. There's like some loophole they keep going through. But, hey, I'm at like $4,000 a month without TMP, so I'm good. Keep paying me.
Kelly Parker says she has 15 grandchildren. Wow.
Wow, Kelly.
I don't know how you do it, because tonight with my 3-year-old, I'm like, boy, they better put you in school fast.
Wow, that's all. I mean, I guess that's awesome. I mean, 15, that's a lot.
As long as you're not doing it all at once, it's awesome, I guess.
Yeah.
1 this weekend, 2 this weekend.
That's got to make for one heck of a
Christmas.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I see what it's like buying for 6 grandchildren for Christmas. Like, dang, I can't even imagine 15. Whoa.
You imagine just the meal, like Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner with 15 grandchildren.
Oh my God. Bless your heart.
You know what we started doing years ago is that no one takes on the whole meal. So we put together the meal months in advance, and who's bringing what items. And out of the 3 of us, we would, yeah. So nobody was ever too burdened.
That's what we do. That's exactly what we do too.
Yeah, it's just too much.
But me being I love cooking Thanksgiving, and I have so many recipes. Me being the way I am, I end up making way too much stuff. I really do. And Heather will come over and she'll be like, "Mom, you were only supposed to make this, this, and this," and I'm like, I know, Heather, I got carried away. You know, I do it all the time. I'll make all kinds of neat little things. You know, I don't know. I'm just really big into that. Thanksgiving was my husband that passed away. It was his favorite holiday, and my son. Both of them loved Thanksgiving. So I would just go all out and do all kinds of recipes, and we'd have food for the next 2 or 3 days in the fridge.
It's more than 2 or 3 days. It's more like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we freeze stuff. But
we do too.
I gave up meat 2 years ago. So every Easter.
We have Matt ready to join us.
All right. I was wondering.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
Oh, I have no idea.
I saw that you were live a little while ago.
Yes, ma'am.
I dropped a like real quick.
Me too.
Appreciate that, guys.
So Adam has now joined us on the Global Ghost Hunt team, which is awesome.
I saw that. Welcome aboard.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be a part.
You're in for a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You're in for a lot of fun.
Looking forward to it. I really am. I like that sinister laugh.
And you never know what you're going to get into, but it's always a lot of fun. And I said this before, we've got a bunch of rock stars.
That's awesome.
Mhm. Yeah, we
So-
do. That's for sure.
You know,
Matt, does
and
the name? I'm sorry.
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, does the name David mean anything to you?
I hope so.
What?
Got his name tattooed right here.
Oh, shut up. There we go, guys.
There
Whoa.
it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
The name David was coming to her.
that's my father.
Oh, and I said there was another man there, but did he die like in? Well, it doesn't matter because
He
didn't
better
die,
not have.
He didn't die young, right?
He better not have.
Is he still alive?
I was gonna say, yeah, one heck of an apparition.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
So that can't be the male spirit then. But I was trying
Oh,
to talk to Adam
God.
earlier, and I was
I'm
like,
trying
"Oh,
to
I
think
said
about
David."
my
And I said,
dad's friends. I'm
Usually,
trying to think like his friends.
oh,
Oh,
you know
wait a
what's-
minute. Wait. They're one of my buddies, really good friends of mine, actually passed away. His name's David.
Is there any kind of water correlation with him by chance?
Not that I'm
Don't search for
aware.
it. So listen, because I get pings from all over, right? I just was trying to figure, because as I was asking you about David, I kept hearing something about, I almost feel like I'm getting somebody that drowned, but I don't think it's the
Ooh.
David guy that drowned. That's why I was like, So, okay. But it's not coincidence that you have a father named David either, because I called Adam David, What's this?
Lurker missed our show. I see how it is.
Oh, gotcha.
I see how it is. We'll talk. No, actually, a really close friend of mine just passed away this last year. His name was David.
Don't give me any information.
No.
I'm sure he'll come through for you at some point.
I'm sure.
Obviously, I said the name I was calling for Adam and said David, and Patty corrected me, and I was like, well, isn't that what I said? So I told them, I said, whenever I just say a random name like that, it's usually because Spirit's giving me something. So it was a hello. I have to, can I just ask you a question? Is your dad having medical issues right now?
My dad, yeah. Well, he kind of knee problems.
No, something deeper than that.
Not that I'm aware of.
The guy, David, that passed was, no, because I feel like this is your dad. Okay.
See, I texted my mom, just said, hey, does the name David ring a bell? And she said, don't think so. Why? I'm just wondering.
Text,
I was
Text
just
my-
reading the
Don't
name.
worry what I'm up to.
She's gonna be calling you, going, "What's going on?"
text my mom. Hey, is Dad still alive? What's going on?
Oh God!
Well, no, it's just that when you said me, I have my dad's initial on my back with a wing, right? So to me, I immediately put it like you got that as a memoriam to your dad, right?
Mhm.
But the fact that I had told him there's another guy at his house, at his father's house besides his dad, and then the David thing came up, and then I was like, oh well, wait, I'm trying to, you got to figure, like, I got like, I always describe it like this, like if you're in a hallway that's completely pitch black and someone lights a candle at the end or puts on a flashlight, like I think all the spirits are like, Laura, so I get like things from everywhere if I'm not trying to just, so.
So we're gonna be traveling soon, Matt. Hopefully, what is it? September, October? I'm trying to remember.
September.
That's right.
September is my event.
That's right.
I can't wait.
Yeah, and we don't want to give out exact dates right now, because of trolls. Because the trolls love watching. They watch us harder than anybody else.
That's always the
haters.
haters, because they're like crabs in the bucket. The one
They
crab
are.
first that gets to
Yep.
the top and they pull them back down. They try, right?
Yep. The crab bucket syndrome. I've always said that to people. Yep.
I got a show. You wanna talk about some crap? You wanna start some crap? Come over to my show. I'd love to have you.
No, we're not having crap. This is all love and light, guys.
Oh, I would love it. Don't worry. No.
You would love the crap.
So let's see. Angela Kramer has 11 grandkids. Wow.
Holy crap.
So, okay. I just got a reply.
Mhm.
Okay.
So he did work with a man named David who is deceased, and
Ah!
one of
Oh.
his good friends, Delbert, as well, committed or passed away when I was like 16. It's it's it could be one of the two. I'm not 100% sure, but she
So
said,
this is what they call spiritual piggybacking for those that aren't familiar with that term. So you see how David fit for Matt, and then also he did get confirmation that there's a David association with his dad. So I don't understand how it works, but I get this quite often where it will be 2 or 3-fold that like this one spirit name. And sometimes what happens is I'll actually be picking up parts and pieces of each, but because his dad is alive. You said David was a suicide with your dad though as well.
Delbert was.
Delbert was.
Yeah, that was.
Was David a health issue? Do you know? Because remember, I keep saying I think Matt's dad has something going on health wise.
Mom, I honestly don't know. I'm trying to think of knowing. I mean, had it been something like suicide or anything like that, then I would have known because my memories of these people are, Dad was medically forced off. He was a truck driver. He was medically forced off the road when I was 18. So, we got to go back through a lot of drugs and a lot of years and what memories and when, because it's not like truck drivers get together, and, because they're always gone. They're always on the road. And these are things that I didn't understand growing up. It took me until about the age of 20 to truly understand why he was always gone. And now, especially, people can probably look and look at the shelves and probably appreciate a truck driver a little bit more so than before,
So my dad was a truck driver. He actually died in his truck.
Oh.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thanks. Well, I mean, it's a blessing to all that he actually was at a rest stop when it happened. They said that they think he just went immediately with his heart, but thank God he wasn't driving. He could have killed somebody. He could have drove off a cliff and never been found, right? So it was very troublesome to me for a while. I would cry and be like, my dad died alone in the bed, in a truck stop and inside his truck alone. And then I thought about it. The more I thought about him, I guess so much a blessing because so many other people could have been affected by that. So I just think it's strange that we have that in common as well.
I'm going to tell everybody I am reading your comments, but when people are talking, I'm not going to talk over them to yell out at you. I just shout you out. But I do see everybody's comments. I'm trying to put them all up here as best I can.
So y'all know I've got really bad eyes from years of staring at a laptop, and I'm not at home, so I don't have Super Beast running with my 32-inch monitor and everything else.
Yeah.
So if y'all say something, I honestly can't see it because the larger I make the chat, the smaller the box gets over here.
Yeah.
And my only option is to go full screen.
Gotcha.
At that point, then I can't pick up the chat, but I do appreciate y'all being here tonight. I love like this chat room right here, this whole family. I mean, you want to talk about love and light. This is an amazing group of people.
They really are. Everyone that's in here right now are people that are here all the time. Every time I go live, every time I post a video or premiere a video, the ones that are in here right now, they're the loyal fans that are always there. They're not just fans; they're friends. We're like family.
Especially this one. This one's
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, Raymond. He's even on my meditation channel. He goes over there
so
too.
funny. I
Yeah.
was grinning because he said apparently I was in the wrong chat.
No, we do have an awesome community, and
Yes, we do.
we are just like family.
So
Yep.
Matt, I just have to say this.
Oh,
I really think that I don't know if Dad's the type to keep something from you, so he just doesn't say anything yet, or he just doesn't know yet. But I think there's going to be something going on with Dad, and I feel like it's upper body, chest area. I don't know. I keep feeling like it's something with the breathing or lungs. So just be
that could be my buddy David.
Oh, okay. So we're back to the name David.
Oh, the
Okay.
name David.
Because my dad he's very stubborn. He's like me. Even though I'm adopted, I
Have his traits.
He froze.
Uh-oh.
Right?
Froze.
Spirits like
Matt.
every time. That's
Matt, you
David.
had said you were adopted and you completely froze.
I had to look at everybody else like, wait, did everybody
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
maybe if we X them out and then
Yeah, Matt, try to go out
he'll
and then come back in.
I don't know.
Matt,
Well, we need to screenshot that. That's an amazing face. There's your thumbnail.
Yeah, right.
This is me, the ghost hunter. This happens every time that like somebody's coming through for someone though. When I'm doing private readings, group readings, it always happens. It doesn't matter.
You know it's crazy. So anytime or each time today, because when we were talking about my father, every time when you'd be speaking for a longer period of time, it would kind of like and welcome back.
Dad.
Yeah. And it hasn't done it unless we're talking about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
And you see, he was talking about his friend David, and then, or I guess his dad being stubborn, but even still, he said it was probably his friend David.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, and this, if you're picking up on my friend David, that he would do stuff like this. He was very trickster.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But no, my dad's very stubborn. He won't say anything. He unless it's something really bad, he won't say anything. But no, I'll give you a little bit. My buddy David passed away from COVID complications.
Oh man.
Okay.
Wow, I'm
Okay.
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he wasn't much older than I am.
Oh
what did I say about the other guy I was seeing? I said, "How old are you? Are you in your 30s?"
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm
said,
so
I kept
sorry.
saying 29. I kept saying 29 to 40 because I'm like, I can't really tell, but I bet you anything it's him that I'm. But I still feel like there's another man with your dad. Which, if he has friends who pass, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we all get together. I see. It's so funny. I'll see spouses that hated each other in life. They got divorced and hated each other, but they're all kind of together. And people are like, well, that doesn't make, yeah, it does make sense because you don't carry that over. Like it's different over there than it is here. So.
And that's always been like my question because, so as somebody who believes in God, it's what the Bible's very conflicting,
It is.
At one point it says that, hey, when you die, you basically go to sleep and then you'll be called for, judgment. Everybody will rise. And then in another part, it says to be absent of the body is to be present in the spirit of the Lord. Well, that's, completely contradicting. So I feel like just from what we know, first law of thermodynamics, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only change forms.
Mm-hmm.
what is the end game? Like, so when I pass, am I going to be reincarnated, or am I going to go to this big fluffy place in the sky with streets of gold?
Do
Is
you
that the
want
end
what I
game?
believe now as opposed to what I believed, before my gifts came, right?
Absolutely.
I believe in God, right? And I'm going to tell you because when my gifts started coming, it was. Can I just share this real quick, Patty? I don't want to.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So in 2014, I had to have a very simple procedure at the VA. The doctor decided to try it a different way than what he normally did. I ended up having internal bleeding for 2 days and almost died. Had blood transfusions. Well, I went through this whole spiritual awakening. I'm trying to give you the very, very condensed version. Through the spiritual awakening at that point, I was going to my church twice a week and I couldn't get enough. You could see every time I start, like you see how I'm starting to move. And so I couldn't get enough of the feelings that I was getting in church, this spiritual Holy Spirit thing that I had never really experienced it before. And it's like this joy that you can't get elsewhere. Right. And so I started going to another church 2 days a week. So I was going 4 days a week, dragging my little girl with me and doing clothes closet and food pantry and just whatever I could do to be as close to God as possible. And, through that time period, I started speaking in tongues. Through praise and worship, just how you could even cry like this, I don't know. I wouldn't sob like being noisy, but sob, just tear. Like it was almost like I was taking on everyone's pain and feeling it and just releasing it through praise and worship. It was the weirdest thing. Well, then I was having visions, and then fast forward to that, I started knowing stuff about people in church, and my pastor, who's passed away since then, he was like, "That's discernment." Well, I knew very quickly it was way beyond discernment because it was crossing into those like I'm devilish, the devil's trying to take over and trick me in my own mind, right? So fast forward, I fought this for quite a while until I was praying adamantly about, I need to know, either use me as your vessel and take me where you need me to go with these gifts, or take them from me if it's devil's work, right? So fast forward, and here's what I feel that I've been shown through all of my connections with spirit. There's still a lot of unknowns. Obviously, I don't, when I do spirit box, I try to ask like really cool. Like the last session, I was like, "Have you been to heaven?" And we were doing yes and no with lights, and they flashed yes. It was like the coolest thing. "Have you met God?" Yes. Like, so I'm trying to get like real answers. I don't really care what kind of car you drove when you were alive. Like, it's really irrelevant at this point, right? So, the thing is that you'll see as I get with spirit, I get that same sensation and feeling that I would with Holy Spirit, where I get those tingles and I do little nuances, and I know they're related. So I've had spirit. I jump around because there's so many things to talk about. It's like so exciting, right? But like you talked about reincarnation. I believe that when we pass, let me just say this, and please, I don't want to get into a religious thing with anybody because it's always such a sticky topic, right? But I believe that if I were to write a book right now and got a mass group of followers, what would we call that in today's society? A cult. I believe that I'm just going to lay it out there. This is what I believe now with things I've been shown and seen. I think that when you pass away, it's not like the Bible says, and there's heaven and hell. I think you go to a different realm. I even so much as believe that we might even have different levels of realms that we go, and it depends on where you're at. If you've accomplished certain things, maybe, or if it's your time to come back and reincarnate, or maybe you're going to be someone else's guide, right? Spirit guide. I've had spirits whose backs are turned and they're communicating with me, but they cannot turn around and face me, which tells me they're transitioning out either to come back or to move up, right? I believe, I believe this. I believe that the Bible was formed because of a lack of knowledge. People were scared of certain things, like people like me, right? And because it was the unknown, They formed not only a book that kind of models how you should move in life because these are the right things morally, but to try to steer you away from things that were unknown and scary back then, right? So I actually even feel, and I'm going to tell you why I feel this way. You know, if you get anybody that's like a Bible thumper and they're like me, I'm the devil's work. The devil's trying to deceive people through me and make you think that I'm a good da-da-da, but I'm not, whatever, whatever. I actually think it's quite reversed. I think that the people that, I don't want to say any names because I don't know who's on here and who likes who, but some of these evangelists that are complete phonies and they do nothing but trick people, and the trickery leads to their riches and their fame. And, you know, I feel that those are actually the false prophets that are trying to keep the group of people from those of us that are woke and supposed to lead them into the spiritual, you know, awakening. Do I
Mhm.
think that that means I'm godly or something? No, I don't mean it like that. But what I think is that, I mean, nature gives us signs and symbols. Animals give us symbols. Somebody was talking about dreams. I do agree that dreams often correlate to different things, but listen, I'm going to tell you guys something. If you have a dream of a deceased loved one, that in your dream, you are very much aware, even though you're dreaming, you know that they're dead and that
Mhm.
they're visiting you in your dream, and that when you wake up, they're no more. They are visiting you in your dream. It's
Oh
not,
yeah, I've had it
Yep.
happen several times. Just the other day, I had a dream about Mike. It was
yes,
amazing. He was. It was
yes.
so real. It was so real.
And you just know it's
Yep.
so different. So don't brush it under the rug. So yeah, some
Yep.
dreams are just dreams, but I've had missing people that I lived in Nevada when she went missing that I never heard of because I don't watch the news, that came to me in my dream and told me, can I share this story? This is the coolest
Yeah.
story.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah.
Please.
I was in my dream. It started as a dream. I was ghost hunting with someone in the middle of daylight, and we went to this white building that was abandoned, that sat down off of the road, right? And the guy, I think his name was Mike for whatever reason. It was somebody I didn't know in real life, right? We're doing something around the building and we go to walk off, and it flips from being a dream to a missing person that's dead trying to reach out to me. And she's standing on the inside of the building with her hand up. Like, think of a movie when the spouses are fighting and they're both on each side of the wall, right? So she's got her hand up there and she's saying, "Sir," she's calling to the guy, Mike, "Sir, sir, where are you going? There's 5 of us. There's 5 of us." And I woke up and I knew that it was so profound. I knew that this was somebody that had been kidnapped and was dead somewhere. Like, I just knew. And
Mm.
so I get on my group and I'm talking about it. And one of the girls says, "Why don't you Google," maybe I said 5, but maybe it was 3. I can't quite remember. It's been a few years ago. She said, "Google the number of missing women, da, da, da." And I do it. And lo and behold, it pops up for Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'm looking and they think there's some serial killer out there. And I get to the 3rd woman and it's her. Her name's Angelique Beauregard. I still remember like it was yesterday. As soon as I seen her, I'm like, this is the woman that was talking to me. I
Mhm.
knew that it was a man that she was somehow involved with, or that she knew, that took her. I knew that she was in this white building that was abandoned, that he was associated with, that sat down off of the road. I said, I don't know if it's a old gas station. I don't know if it's a old mechanic shop, but it's a building that sits down off of the road by itself and it's vacant or abandoned, right? So I just knew all kinds of things about this lady. So she's so profound and hounding me for months that I keep trying to go back to see if they found her yet. I keep trying to look her up on the news stuff on the internet, right? And then something strikes me. I'm like, Facebook. So I put her name in, and lo and behold, this page comes up that says something Angelique Beauregard, aka Nikki Smith. We're still trying to find you. Da da da. So of course, at this point, I'm like, wait, I got to lead. So through that, I find out that they've got some big group looking for her through the desert, this and that. So I look, at this point, I hadn't actually helped in any cases. So I felt kind of like they're going to think I'm a nut, right? So I messaged them and I'm like, I know this is going to sound weird, but I had this dream and she's in this. They're like, there's nothing here for miles and miles and miles. Like, it's nothing but desert. I said, are you sure if you just go straight? They're like, there's nothing. So I find the Facebook page and I messaged the sister, and I just know it's the sister because I know it's the sister. And I'm like, this is going to sound really crazy, but blah, 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 blah. She's like, oh, yeah, well, what'd the dream tell you? Because she immediately got right back to me on the messenger. So she was kind of patronizing me. And I go in and I tell her about it's a white building. It sits down off the road. He's associated with the building. It's abandoned or vacant. I think I kept saying vacant. And the lady says, oh, my God, is it a storage unit? Boom. Like I had cold because it all made sense. A white building off the road that's vacant that he's associated with because nobody's there. It's just vacant.
Wow.
Real, right? And he's associated with it because he has the unit there. Lo and behold, he had been keeping her in there. Well, they've never recovered her. So then they never will. I know exactly when he moved her, where he moved her to, but it's like in the middle of the desert underneath these big, are they called like flagstones, rocks or something? They're the flat rocks that are really big. She's at the base of like, if it was out where people could get to it easier, people would probably like hike up it and stuff, right? But she's at the base of it, covered with those big things. So she's never going to be found. But it was the guy that I found out later was engaged to. So yeah, he's the person of interest. And I'm like, so it all makes complete sense. So like, that all came in a dream. So things can come to you in your dreams. We're too quick to want to just brush it under the rug. So don't always think, don't always think that it's not something accurate. A lot of us aren't ready for the true awakening yet. There's probably things that I'm not even ready for, so like we're quick in our conscious, hence the Bible and the people that wrote the Bible, we're quick to be like, oh, this is the way and can't be right. And just, sometimes you just have to trust yourself and you have to open yourself up to it. And you have to just, and that's how it expands. And that's how you become more woke and more in touch with your own spirituality and how it's going to be your gifts, how they're supposed to affect you and the world around you. So
awesome.
Yeah.
I've been while she's
been right there at
what
the end.
What happened?
Oh, he said
As you're wrapping it up.
Oh yeah, I
talking
saw
about
that a
religion.
little bit.
Dad's very religious and.
Well, what I said,
I'm watching the background. I'm trying to see if I see anything the whole time she's been talking, and I keep thinking I see something, but I don't know if it's my eyes playing tricks on me or not. But I'm watching.
Probably his dad laying in the bed, like, come on.
Yeah, I keep watching, waiting to see something.
What I said, see, and I wanted to say David again. I caught myself that time. What I said, Andy, right? I'm really bad when I start doing readings with spirit. I can know you for years and be like, what's your name? I feel like you were probably meant to hear that, and that's why it was interrupted, right? But don't be afraid to open yourself up to your gifts and to allow yourself to expand, because your gifts are going to be totally different than my gifts. But I believe that every one of us has some sort of a woke spiritual gift in us that, Matt's might only be that he likes to deal with the paranormal and wake people's conscious up to the fact that we are here after we're not here. So, some people it might be there. Some people it might be way higher than what I've even got. So you have to just, love it. It brings me joy. I know you guys can see the way my face lights up because there's just something amazing about it. And and they're intellectual and they can answer you and give you verbal responses or cues or like yes and no answers. Like that's not by chance. There's no way every single time you ask a question they answer yes or no or whatever. Like there's no. So just don't be afraid. Spirituality is all around us in the wilderness. A stick might fall and it forms a W. That means something. Like there's a cue to that somewhere in your life with that W. So just, open yourself up and, doesn't mean everything's paranormal. No, but I think a lot more is there. So my question, I went to this whole rampage and I apologize. I don't believe that the Bible I think there's some truth to everyone's. Hey, Brian.
Hey.
Truth to everybody's religion.
Stop it.
Hence the meditation and the spirituality with that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think it's fucking funny.
Just behave.
Stop it. I'm serious.
There it is.
Here we go. Jesus Christ. Stop it, guys. You bastards.
You might do that a little too good. No wonder they
Oh,
think
it's
I do
fucking great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Matt, what
So-
the hell are you wearing?
I don't know.
So basically, just be open and in tune and more open mind instead of just thinking
Just give me a
in this
minute
one
here.
particular mindset. Like,
Like if you're Baptist, don't believe that just everything that you learned as a Baptist is true, because it's not. That's why old ancient Chinese medicine works on us. That's why meditation and chakra stuff works on us. That's why Native American blow dust on you, whatever kind of medicinal things they do. Like, there's truth to all of it. And again, I think that's part of the spirituality and part of the things that those people were afraid of back then that created things like our Bible. Do I believe that there's something? Absolutely. We're all like, the spiritual veil is growing so thin. Haven't you noticed how wild animals are just coming up on somebody's boat and hanging out with them now, wanting to be caressed, and two different animal types are coming together and best friends, and like the spirituality with us is our gifts are growing and we're getting more in tune with the spiritual realm, right? So like big things are coming. I can feel it. Like I can just feel the energy vibrations, and like, just, yes, be open, because it's all around you all the time. You just have to be willing to see it and not put that sheet back over your,
Yep.
Yeah. And I feel like, and that's funny. You said, if you're Baptist, well, guess what? You're raised Baptist.
I was raised Baptist too. Yeah.
And Dad was as well. But, with like we were talking about, with believing in God, doesn't mean that I have to, agree with this one book, because I'm not saying I disagree with it. I mean, it's chock full of great moral. It gives you a great moral compass to go off of.
In a way, but if you think about it, how many people in the Bible murdered somebody else or did this or that, right?
Yeah.
So like, on one hand, it's supposed to be a book of morals and do this and that, but on the other hand, if we were to do those things today, it is totally wrong. So again, it's a big contradiction, just as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. And like, there's parts of it, like I said, that I can completely agree with, and then there's other parts that I'm like, that one of my favorite arguments is, okay, people, always say, you can't, don't drink, alcohol is sin. Okay, well, Jesus turned the water into wine, not Mr. Pibb. Mr. Pibb would have been a tasty beverage of choice. And then they go, oh, but that was grape juice. And I'm like, really? If that was grape juice, then why does it say, be not drunk on wine, but fruitful in the spirit of the Lord? I'm like, look, you can indulge, but don't overindulge. And 10 years of sobriety has taught me that.
Yes, but something that I was taught a few years ago, and it's so like, duh, like, how did I never put that together? But why do they call alcohol spirits? Think about it. Because when you're in that state, you're more open to that type of stuff. So they don't want you to be in that spiritual state where you're going to be dealing with spirits, right? So it all makes a lot of sense and comes together if you start putting two and two together.
Mm-hmm.
If why is it okay that a guy seen however many years ago an angel come down and speak to him and was this big glowing light, and whatever she told him is a revelation in the Bible, right? But if I do it, I'm doing the devil's work. Like, I don't care if you called her an angel or a spirit, you were talking to a spirit. She wasn't a living being. So why is it okay that you did that, but if I do it, I'm talking to the devil's people? Like, it's a huge contradiction.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's kind of like, the guy we look at the side of the road talking to himself. Right. He may not be talking to himself.
Absolutely.
He may see something that we don't see, and we perceive him as crazy, when in all actuality, this guy is, on a different plane than we are, can see things that I can't see. Or
I have a theory. Listen.
You need to come to Toronto, though. Those guys are just talking to themselves.
Because there aren't too many spirits. I actually have a theory based on the chatter that I hear, right, all the time, that a lot of people are misdiagnosed as having mental health issues like schizophrenia and things like that, who actually have gifts but don't understand them. Do I not think that there's people that also have an illness and they'll go crazy and kill people? And, yes, absolutely. But I do think that there's some misdiagnoses, because there's been times when I've taken mental health surveys, for my anxiety PTSD, and they're asking me questions like, do you see spirits? If I were to answer yes, I would be locked up in a padded room right now. You guys would never have known me. So I believe that, again, we're being guided to where they think that. So I have to lie. I have to blatantly lie about what the hell I experience in life so that I can stay free,
Yeah, I mean, it's there is that fine line between what society perceives as normal and what, like you said, oh, do you see spirits? Oh, let's lock her up in a padded room because she's hallucinating. No, it doesn't mean she's hallucinating. It means a different part of her mind. I'm not sure exactly what the percentage, because they used to say we only use 10% of our brain.
I thought it was 3%.
That might be for the most people out there. I don't even know if they use 3.
Matt uses 1.5.
No, I was going to
claim
say.
that.
I was actually going to say 0.5.
Okay, I get
Hey, that's
more.
too much credit. That's too much credit.
But I feel like there's a reason that this nice computer up here, we can't access every part of it.
Listen, I want to say something. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a survivor of sexual abuse as a child. And I'm going to say something, as horrible as that was, I would not take that away from what I experienced. You know why? Because when I would go through that trauma for all those years, although it affects my memory now, like I have a really bad memory, I really bad. Like I have to constantly keep pictures or write things to know anything. I couldn't even tell you where I had prom, which is like a big deal for most people, right? So, but going through that trauma at those times, I would learn to disassociate and go somewhere back here, right? And not be a part of what was going on. And I'm going to tell you, I think that set me up for my spiritual success now, to be open and have a portal in my own mind to be able to accept things that the normal person, maybe that didn't go through that trauma, doesn't have the joy of having. So I feel that everything's about perception and how you look at it. And had I not gone through that, even with that near-death experience, it doesn't mean that I would have been open like I am now. You know what I mean? I feel like that started the whole cycle to put me where I am today. So I absolutely agree with you that our minds are just a machine that we don't understand,
Absolutely. And, just because, people don't really think that I truly believe in God. This isn't by accident. I believe, like you had said, certain people are granted certain gifts, and we all have something out there, that we are in tune to, but maybe it's almost like the kid and the imaginary friend. At some point in time, we're told, hey, that's over and over and over. We're told, this isn't real. This isn't real. This isn't real. And we just close that part of our mind off. Case in point, my daughter, when my ex-wife was pregnant with her, her grandmother who raised her passed away. Well, she had never seen a picture of her. Nothing. She's in her room playing with her friend Joe. Her grandmother's name was Joanne. And they always just called her Granny Joe. Well, didn't think much of it. She's playing with this imaginary friend. Well, fast forward a couple of months, she's going through photo albums and stops and goes, that's my friend Joe. And points right to her grandmother. And that's one of those holy crap moments. And another thing, She had never been to church at this time. She was still young, probably 3. It was Halloween. We had went to pick somebody up, and they were very religious, but nobody ever talked to her about God or anything like that, because it's hard for a kid to wrap their mind around. And I had a lot of negative experiences in church growing up, so I try to avoid them like the plague, because I don't feel like my relationship with God is in a building. My relationship with God is in my heart. But she points right to the statue of Jesus. I'm trying to see if Dad has anything. And she says, "That's JC. That's JC." And we're like, JC?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, like nobody had ever had these conversations with her. And she pointed right to him like, that's him. And
so, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's pretty cool. I remember you telling me about that, one of the first conversations that we had.
Yeah, and it's just so trippy that she had this gift as a child, and I never told her, look, your friend isn't real. I would ask her, what is your friend doing? You know, what are they saying? You know, so I think that's why more stuff happens here when she's here, because I didn't say this isn't real. Quit it.
She's more open to it. So while I was going through that whole spiritual thing, going to church all the time, our church was non-denominational but Protestant led, right? So that's how the speaking in tongues and stuff. But they weren't like handling snakes and throwing themselves on the ground and all that weird stuff. It wasn't like that. But whenever praise and worship would start, all the little children would go up to the front rows and stand up there together and sing praise and worship while we were all doing our thing. And this one particular Monday night, my daughter, she wanted to be, this was in 2014, so it's been some years ago. This is my youngest daughter. She didn't want to go up front with the rest of the kids, and she kept making me hold her, and the whole time she kept looking. It's a real small church, right? So she kept looking back here, which back there was a window that was like a nursery for people that might have a baby that's crying or something. They could go back there and watch through the glass. And she just kept, and I just thought maybe she was tired. But then when we left, she says, Mom, how come? No, this was on Sunday. And then Monday we went to church again for the Bible study part. And when we left Monday, she says, Mom, how come God wasn't there tonight? And I said, no, babe, God was there. She said, no, he wasn't there. I said, no, he's always there, honey. That's his house. No, Mom, because yesterday he was standing in the back singing in a white suit. He stood up the whole time singing while we were in church. And that's where she was telling me where, like, she kept looking the whole time, which was why she was feeling a little, like, I guess, intimidated or something. They so see that stuff. And so I caught her at the same church talking with a little boy. They were laying up on the main part. It was on Bible study night, laying up on the main part of I keep wanting to say the deck, the stage part, right?
Yeah.
And I heard her telling him, they were looking up because they were laying on their backs. She was like, oh yeah, that's God right up there. And they were talking about God that they could see. They had this whole conversation, these two little children, right, in the ceiling. Like, so absolutely. There's something divine that is above, above us. I believe that. And rather they take on something that we understand and has been sent to us through, symbolisms or whatever, who knows? But I believe wholeheartedly there's something there.
That's, people, it's the conflicting part of the paranormal investigation, because if people, they're always saying, well, if you believe in God, how can you believe in this? And that's where, that prior question of what's next, like you were talking about with the next plane or the next mission, basically.
Yeah, I go through that all the time. I go through that kind of stuff. A couple people wrote me, they want to know, like, more about the global ghost hunt too. Like, there's a lot of questions.
Well, now that Brian's here, he can take over.
Yep, the website is up now. Brian, are you frozen, Brian?
Brian knows nothing about the global ghost hunt.
Can y'all give me 1 minute? It's getting really cold in here. I'll be right back.
Okay. So the global
So what did
ghost
they want to
hunt,
know?
just maybe see, there's some people that think that, and I've tried to explain it to them, but maybe you can explain it as well, that the global ghost hunt is like a big, well, all of us together going to go out and investigate and something. I think there's a lot of confusion. So I've been
Okay.
trying to explain it
So-
to people.
Yeah, no worries. So basically what the Global Ghost Hunt is, it's going to be a 10-day event. We're going to have different teams from all over, hopefully, all over Canada, the States, the UK, hopefully Australia, maybe some other countries. So they are actually going to pick a location where they're going to investigate. And what we're going to do at our end is live stream that for them on many different platforms.
Mhm.
So really, at the end of the day, it's about getting the teams out there and noticed around the globe. So, and also with the locations as well, because a lot of people that are just fans of the paranormal and really don't do the investigations don't really understand that, you know, a lot of these locations are being torn down for whatever the reason is. It could be vandalism, it could be the locations are just not getting investigators out there and to investigate and pay for them to get out there.
Mhm.
Property taxes go up all the time, prices go up all
Mhm.
the time, and they're unable to afford this. So really, it's about not only the paranormal investigation teams, but it's also about the locations getting the exposure that they deserve, because there's going to be locations that we're going to possibly see that we've never ever heard of before,
Mhm.
and other people might not have heard of. So this is really about everyone that's involved in this.
Coming
So
together.
if we have a team sign up, they're basically telling us the location that they're going to be doing, and then we will organize them when the event comes up on what day they're going to be streaming live. And if they can't stream live, then they will record their investigation. They will send it to us, and we will. You know, obviously they won't send all of it, but you know, because they could be there for 6 hours. We're not going to go through 6 hours of video, so we're going to ask them to edit out an hour and a half, an hour of their video, send it to us, and then we're going to put it online for them. And hopefully they'll get the exposure that we're hoping everybody's going to get
Yeah.
in this event. And the reason why, you know, there's another event out there, yes, but they only do it over 24 hours. We're doing it over 10 days. The reason is because some of these people that are going out to investigate, they might not have Wi-Fi. Unfortunately, what they have to do as soon as they're done their investigation, they have to cut out an hour or so and send it in right away. And if they don't, it won't be seen. So this is why we're doing 10 days, so people have that opportunity to go home, because we know what it's like as paranormal investigators. The
Yeah.
last thing you want to be doing and when you get home, unless you've captured something really cool and that
Mhm.
you thought was something that was really cool, then you want to see it. But most people are going home and they're going to bed because they're
Yeah.
getting home at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
So then they get up and then they can go through their videos. So this way, people can send in their hour and a half clip
Mhm.
or video, and we'll be able to put it up during those 10 days. So they have the opportunity for exposure as well, as long and also with the location they're doing too.
Yeah.
So that's really what it's about. It's not all of us getting together and doing 10 days of investigations together. No, that's not what it's about. We are going to be investigating.
Yeah, like
Um,
me and Brian and Raymond and who else? We're gonna all be together somewhere.
I think that's it for now. We'll see what happens,
Okay.
but you know, so that's really what it's about, and
Okay.
it's about the teams and the locations and everybody that's involved. And you know, I also want to point out something else as well, because we're going to be concentrating on the teams and locations, but it's about the people that are behind the scenes as well. You know, like everybody here. It's about you guys getting the exposure as well. And these people knowing who the team leaders are that are part of the administration staff. It's about them getting noticed as well, and because they're going to be doing a lot, and why shouldn't they get the exposure too? So it's about helping Matt build his P3 program. It's about Laura building her mediumship, and Patty, it's about helping you build as well and getting onto the path that you should be, instead of that stupid moron who did what he did, a while back, and then Adam, obviously Adam's been investigating for a long time, but not a lot of people know about Adam. It's about exposing Adam as well, so there's a lot of good reasons why we're doing this, and some some fantastic reasons why we're doing this. It's about we're all after the same thing, and that's the evidence.
Yep.
That,
and unfortunately, there's a lot of fake people out there, a lot of fake paranormal investigators out there, and the real paranormal investigators are getting buried. They're not even getting noticed because all these fake paranormal investigators out there, and I know who most of them are, unfortunately, but it's causing they're getting all the views because they're so convincing that it's real, and I know it's not. It's not. If you're a real paranormal investigator, you know what's real and what's not. It's obvious.
Now there is one particular person that me and Lex strongly dislike, and if you watch any of our videos through the lens, you'll know exactly who it is. And Lex is definitely no filter, and that's what I love about him. I am a filter guy. I'm a little careful on that kind of stuff for reasons, and but Lex isn't. There is a particular guy that we don't like, and I think everybody knows that who watches through the lens. I know Patty does.
Oh yeah,
I know who
exactly.
you're
I know Matt does, and Adam and Laura will soon find out as well.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
we talked a little bit earlier because before I actually called him out and said, "Hey, I will murk this person for you."
No,
we don't want to go that far. Well, why not?
And you know what? And also, there's another guy out there that we don't like as well, but he's not brought up as much as the other guy, and I wish people would really realize what they're doing and what they're doing to our industry that we love and we have a passion for. And I wish people would just stop watching their bullshit videos. And sorry for saying that.
It's true, though. I feel the same way.
Lex pointed out something that was very interesting that I didn't realize because he's seen a lot of his videos. And there's one particular guy out there. If you watch his videos, you will know, or you might not know, but you'll know now when I tell you. If you watch his videos, every video that he does between 4-minute mark and the 6-minute mark, something always happens. Always.
It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
And he does it on purpose. And granted, he's a smart business person. He's smart. And he knows that you need to be hooked within that first 5 minutes. And if you're not, you're going to leave. And he's very smart in that. And Patty knows who he is. And if she doesn't, I'm going to tell her after.
I know.
So, but every 4 to 6 minutes in every single video, something happens. And it is what it is. But as real paranormal investigators, we're out there trying to capture the evidence and trying to get rid of these people that continually do what they do. And if people are watching the Global Ghost Hunt, you are going to be watching real paranormal investigators doing what they're doing, and not every video has something happening every 4 to 6 minutes.
That's right.
No.
And somebody could be in a haunted location, like it's extremely haunted, and
Nothing.
maybe
happened.
that night it's quiet,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
you know, and it's happened to all of us. It's happened to all of us.
Yep.
And I really hope that people that are watching it understand that it could happen.
Mhm.
And hopefully it doesn't, because for everybody that's in the room, and I don't know why this happened, but on the stroke of a little bit of Irish luck, the event times are going to be the times of the thinning of the veil.
Mhm.
So that is going to help a lot in May, because the thinning of the veil, I believe, is on the 5th, and the event starts on the 4th.
That's so awesome. That is
So,
awesome.
and that just happened.
Yeah.
And it was just a stroke of luck. Now,
So-
something
that's
that's really cool, and I don't know if people have seen it on TikTok or have seen it on Facebook, but our good friend and team leader of Paranormal Investigations did a SB7 in his home.
Mhm.
And he actually got through the SB7, it actually saying the global ghost hunt.
Wow.
Wow.
And if you go over, if you go over the website, it's there. It's up on the site now. And for people that just go over and check out the site, see what it's like.
Mhm.
And we are going to be putting something up there in the next couple of weeks. That's going to be really, really super cool. We have Barry Fitzgerald, that is from Ghost Hunters International. That is our coordinator and spokesperson for the Global Ghost Hunt. And if you're not familiar with him, look him up, because he's very famous in the UK.
Mhm.
And he, luckily enough, he made a suggestion for the site, and we are going to be putting a video of him up on the site talking about certain things. And so I'm looking forward to seeing that video when it goes up there. And he's actually going to be, as far as I know, he's actually going to be doing a documentary right now, I believe in Asia, on an island. And from what I understand, it's going to be filmed on this island. So
Wow, that's so cool.
So it's really going to be super cool. And get ready, folks, because it's going to be a great event, and it's going to be the first of its kind when it's 10 days, 10-day event. There's a 1-day event out there, yes, but this is 10 days. So this is the first of its kind.
Twice a year too.
And twice a year. It's going to be in May and October. So, and the great thing is October, it's right around Halloween. So what a better way to spend your Halloween.
I know.
Than watching all kinds of investigations over a 10-day period. So
I'm excited about it. I really am.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. So really, that's about it. That's the Global Ghost Hunt.
And I'm so
I'm so in the chat
happy to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And obviously people know that Patty is a supervisor, and hopefully she's going to kick a lot of ass.
my foot is ready. Okay.
All hail the queen.
All hail the queen. Yes.
My foot is ready. All right. I've been working that foot out. I've been giving it a little exercise every day.
Yeah. So I noticed Peta's in the room.
I see that. Yeah.
And how are you feeling, Peta?
Hopefully better.
I know she's been really, really super sick over the last week. And anybody that's in the room that knows Lex, send some best wishes to Lex as well. He's got COVID again for the second time.
Cigarettes.
What's that?
I said, and still smoking cigarettes.
I saw that today when we were on that group meeting. I saw he was lighting it up. Dang, I quit smoking again. I'm doing back to vaping, so I'm hoping to stick with it this time.
Just get crap on instead.
I am getting to the point. I see there. We writers said, "Have you ever been to Canada, Patty?" And I'm telling you right now, I am going to get Patty out here eventually, and I'm going to take her to some great local haunted spots.
I want to go to that church.
Do
I want to
you?
go to that church so bad.
Yeah.
I want to be greeted with what you said I would be greeted with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out, asshole. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's always a nice greeting.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
I've been-
And that EVP you got with the Amy, it was the name Amy, the girl. What did
Yes.
you said say her name or something like that, and it said Amy.
Yeah.
That was
That was
incredible.
the one that was on TikTok, and
Yeah.
that was at a place called the Hermitage Ruins, and that's a very, very sad story in history about that place. Really, the whole premise of that place. There's a few stories,
Mhm.
but the woman that ended up dying, who ended up owning the mansion. But there was a girl that lived there. The woman that ended up being the last owner of the place. It was a
Mhm.
mansion, and she was in love with, I guess, what you would call the stable boy,
Mhm.
and he worked for the family, and so they fell in love, and he wanted to marry her, and he asked for her hand in marriage. And I guess the uncle or the father, I believe it was the uncle, who said, "You will never ever marry her." And that night he ended up killing himself.
Oh wow.
Sad.
And he hung himself in the barn in the back of the mansion, and he was found. Now, the really upsetting thing about that, well, obviously the hanging was he hung himself, but that's obviously upsetting. But and back in those days, if you did that, you were never given a proper burial. So
Yes.
he was actually taken to a spot not too far from there and actually buried there.
Oh
They call that
wow.
like a pauper
And
funeral or something like
what's that? What's
Don't they
that?
call that like a pauper's funeral?
He didn't even get that. He got nothing. He was just buried, and that's it. And now, the thing is, and it's kind of creepy. He's seen around the property of the mansion, carrying the rope he hung himself with,
Wow.
and it's
Hmm.
just it's really 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 sad. Now, the woman that he was in love with, I believe she was the last woman to own the place, and she kind of went a little bonkers, a little bit crazy. She was having tea parties with her animals, and so she went a little bit crazy, but she was actually the last owner of the mansion, and it ended up burning down at one point. It caught on fire, and she slept in a tent outside of the Hermitage ruins for, I think it was a year or something like that, until it was kind of rebuilt. But
Hmm.
the video's on Paraflix. I got a video on YouTube. The Hermitage ruin. That video on YouTube is the one that said Amy, and through the net, believe it or not, and I'm honestly, I'm on the fence about the necrophonic. I really am.
Yeah, me
But
too.
sometimes the responses you get through the necrophonic are just absolutely incredible.
Yep.
Like, I
Yep.
got a video coming out on Paraflix on the 24th, and some of the responses I got through and I didn't want to use the necrophonic. I ended up using it, and the responses that I was getting through the necrophonic on the questions I was asking,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly, were incredible. I captured some amazing EVPs that night as well.
Mhm.
I even captured an EVP saying Brian in this video that's coming out on the 24th.
Oh wow.
There was a point where I walked into a certain tunnel, and all of a sudden I felt like pressure on my head.
Mhm.
Like, I really felt some serious pressure on my head, and I said to my buddy who's there, I go, I'm feeling really a lot of pressure on my head. Literally 2 seconds later, we captured an EVP saying head.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Wow.
So, it's like Natalie saw it. Natalie Jones from Paraflix saw it the other night or last night, and she goes, "This is absolutely one of the best videos that I've seen with capturing EVPs." And
Mhm.
what she's impressed about the most is the fact that I was allowing myself to open up to what I'm able to do, because that's kind of what's going to happen in this season. Me really opening up on my abilities, and so this happens in this video, and it's great. The place I did was the lift locks,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the story goes there was a man that was helping build the lift locks, and he died of a massive heart attack while building, and he still haunts the place. So if you go through the actual tunnel part, if you're really, really super quiet, you can actually hear him whistling while he's working.
Wow.
Wow.
So there's also a guy that died. The big pillars, those big, huge pillars. This pillar is probably 100 feet long. Well, he fell down the pillar and died.
Oh, I knew it.
And in those days, they had no way to get him out.
Yeah.
So he ended
Wow.
up getting buried. They assumed that he died. There's also another story of a boy being killed at the lift locks. And there's also another story of a woman that committed suicide with her child. And because she's going through a lover's, not a lover's quarrel, it was it was a forbidden love, I guess it kind of was. And she was in love with this guy was in love with her, but they couldn't be together. But so there's many stories. The video is absolutely amazing. The amount of EVPs that I captured were incredible. The SB7 was amazing. And it's definitely going to be a great video. So I'm going to stop talking now and let somebody else talk. Thanks.
Well, what I really like about the global ghost hunt is in this community there's so much backstabbing going on, and as paranormal investigators I feel like we should all be coming together and helping each other out, as opposed to going behind and putting out this negative connotation about the next team or talking bad about the next guy. It's almost like any musician. I've noticed singers fight, guitarists fight, bass players, they slap each other most of the time. They're nerds. But drummers, we never fight. I mean, we get paid to sit in the back and count to 4. I love it. And we're willing to help each other out. Like, oh, hey, how did you do that? Or what would you put here? Give me some ideas. But it's,
that's because everybody's looking for that moment of fame instead of realizing like there's enough spirits for all of us.
Yeah, exactly.
We could share.
Well, you know what? Like I'm an actor here in Toronto, and I thought the acting industry was bad, and it's bad. It's really, really bad. The backstabbing, the drama, the everything, it's bad. But the paranormal, there's nothing that compares to the paranormal on the drama, the backstabbing, the egos, I'm going to be the next famous person on TV. What people need to understand is just because you pick up a camera and you're going paranormal investigating doesn't mean you're going to be on TV.
That's right.
No, it doesn't.
So I see Matt sitting back there and just smiling. And Matt did a show today that I was going to go on, but I was afraid that I was going to use names. And that's why I didn't go on. And because I know Matt doesn't like the name thing. I know he changed up a little bit. We had a talk afterwards about it, but it doesn't matter where you go and what you do in this industry. You can say it over and over and over again. It's not going to stop until I don't even know how you stop it, to be honest.
I don't know either, but
I really don't know how you stop it.
You know how you stop it? Each individual person has to stop it at their level, and that's how it stops.
When I was in the accounting field for so many years, I thought in the accounting field was a lot of bullshit.
Are you kidding
backstabbing.
me? Even the accounting field?
Numbers?
Yeah.
I can do numbers better than you.
But it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing like what I've experienced with
You need a calculator for that? Come on.
No, it was, I'm telling you, in the accounting field there, but now looking back, it was nothing compared to what I see going on in the YouTube field and with the paranormal and everything. it was nothing. I mean, at the time I thought, wow, this sucks. These people suck. I just got to keep myself most of the time. But
Yeah.
looking back, it was a walk in the park compared to the shit that goes on in the paranormal field right now on YouTube. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And the fakers out there just taking over, the YouTube world, and people believing it unless they just want to be entertained and they know it's fake. I don't know, but
Well,
You
that's the
know-
thing. I think they should put a disclaimer up. This is for entertainment
For
purposes.
entertainment
We've
only,
all
and
been
if they
saying
can
that.
pull it off, and
We've all been
Yeah.
saying that.
Yeah.
And
They don't.
unfortunately, YouTube wants those people up there, and they're not going to do anything about it.
Yeah.
So if you guys pay attention, I have a spirit that often shows itself when I do lives right here, and it keeps trying to, like, you'll see the blackness kind of coming out. I'm waiting. I'm like, please just slam the door or something so we have something juicy. We're past our 4 to 6 minute mark right now.
I just got a message a minute ago, email. I don't know if you guys got it too, but from the Global Ghost Hunt email. Looks like my friend Stephanie in here in the chat signed up.
Nice. Welcome.
Cool.
Yes, welcome, Stephanie.
welcome.
Not sure
So
what
Matt
she
would've
signed up
gone
for,
now.
but she signed up. Yeah.
What did she sign up for?
Matt, can you look? Did you get it too? It popped up on my screen and went away. I'd have to go out of the screen and go look, but she just said goodbye, that she has to go take care of something. So
Did she sign up to volunteer?
I don't know. It just popped up. I just saw her name and it was from the Global Ghost Hunt, and that she signed up for something. I don't know what. I don't know if it was to investigation, because she does
Looks like
paranormal
investigation.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
And I've met her before. I met her, and she met me in South Carolina, and she lives in South Florida.
Very cool.
Hmm.
Well, welcome.
Yes,
Cool.
welcome, Stephanie.
That location looks like a lot of fun. I'm not going to give it out, but
Oh, really?
I'll just say this: made my job really easy.
Oh, okay.
That's all I have to say. That made my job really
You
easy.
make me want to go check the email now.
That's good. That's awesome. Congratulations. And
Yes.
the team leaders for paranormal investigations and will be reaching out to you and making sure that you're going to be taken care of.
Yep.
So
Can't wait
that's
to get my first
phenomenal.
project.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
Reached out to Dom earlier today, and
Yeah.
we're gonna get together. I think next week, and
Cool.
kind of get a
Very
scope of
cool.
work. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, awesome. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Hello, Rick Horton. How are you doing? And I haven't been ignoring you guys in the chat. I have been reading every single comment, but I don't talk over people, so I'm not doing shout outs when people are talking, but I do see your comments. People were joking around earlier saying, does she even see us?
No,
Maybe-
Peter, the chat does not want you to join.
Oh God. I sent her
That's
the
for
link.
that's for your comment that you put on the group chat earlier tonight. And I don't know why you continually call me Mister, but
The same
getting
way I
old.
tell her Missy.
It's getting old.
Uh,
I did call her Missy
that's
Because
why
I-
I'm going to correct her.
because she needs to get better because she's been really, really ill.
Yeah.
And
But she's
I
got
feel
COVID too,
terrible.
right? Does she get
No,
COVID?
I don't think she has COVID. I think she
Okay.
just has the flu.
Oh.
But then her son got sick too as well.
Mhm.
So
Mm.
yeah, it's never a good thing.
Wow,
I
I've
don't
been
like getting
lucky
sick.
so far, knock on wood. I mean, I haven't been feeling good lately, but I'm not, I don't have, I mean, I did a COVID test. I have like 6 home COVID tests. I did one yesterday and I don't have it. So I don't know. It's just like a headache, and I was dizzy and just extremely lethargic and exhausted yesterday. It was awful. So
Yeah.
What is that
I
noise?
don't
Is
know.
anybody else hearing it?
I'm hearing it. I don't.
I think it's Matt playing with his mic.
Oh, it's the
Nope,
cat.
this cat.
The cat's rubbing against
No,
the
it's
mic.
my
isn't it?
it's Matt playing with his
Okay.
mic. It's all Matt's fault. It's always
It's all
Matt's fault.
that.
I was gonna say
Yeah, no, that's fair.
my daughter's in here, but like she's being super
Yeah,
quiet.
your dad keeps saying like, "Come on, I made some room for you." I seen her jump on the bed. I'm like, "Yep, he's waiting for you guys to go to sleep in there."
Oh dear.
So are you going to sleep in
Peepaw
there
made some
tonight?
room for you.
What?
Peepaw made some room for you
What do you mean?
in the bed. He's in the bed with you.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, don't hit the keys. Stay off my keyboard.
I'm wondering if
Ew.
yes, it got
He
to.
loves
Tell her there's a psychic in the chat and she's seen him.
You know, it's so funny because you talk about the phonies. Like, you know, there's such a connotation about being a psychic. I never call myself a psychic.
Oh, you don't? What do you call yourself? Just a medium?
Just a
Okay.
medium.
Pain
I
in,
don't know
pain in
why.
the bum.
I feel like I just don't like it.
Pain
like
in the
that.
bum. She calls herself a pain in the bum.
I just don't like it because anyway, I'm not a pain.
Yeah, a little bit.
Who's the needy one? Laura, do you have a minute? I know you're in the middle of packing to move out of state.
I never said that. I never ever said that.
I know you don't say that. You just say, "Hey, can you do me a
Hey,
solid?"
can you
It's
do-
been
can-
like,
yeah.
we
Do you have
needed it
time to
yesterday.
talk? Can you do me a
You know,
solid?
got
Yeah,
plenty of
well,
room.
you know.
We needed it yesterday.
It
So
is
who's the
what it
pain
is.
in the bum?
Now, question with that: did you send Angelina that stuff?
I did. Yes. Yes.
When tonight?
Yes, Mister. I did.
Okay.
I sent it while we were finalizing it. Remember, we
Oh,
checked
okay.
to see if it was all one page or not.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
was that on Thursday?
What day is today? Friday? Saturday?
Yeah,
It's not-
because we had to
Technically,
do
no.
we had
Well,
to
yeah,
do
because you had it a little bit on hold because you kept looking at it on your phone and it was showing us 2 pages when it was only one.
Yeah,
remember?
but remember we had to do some corrections yesterday.
Yeah, we did all that, and then we had, I think Matt verified that it was 1 page, not 2. And then I
No,
said,
I'm talking about earlier yesterday, like Friday. Well, it's Saturday now. So yesterday I got you to correct those few little things.
right.
Remember? That's the one that's got to go to her. Just saying. I'm just saying.
And because 2 T's, there was a dot too, there was a space too much beside the yes, but it's the pain in the butt.
Yes. Well, you know, I like things perfect.
Uh-huh.
No, not you.
My daughter.
Especially being on time to meetings, I see.
No,
What
Rockabetti,
meeting?
not tonight. We won't be
This
doing that
one.
tonight, but maybe
Right.
maybe another night this weekend.
My daughter wanted to tell you sorry that she's an ugly crier because when I had told her, you know, Peepaw's over there, the flood of emotions came through,
Aw.
and so I kind of had to explain what was going on, and you know, she hasn't been back in this room. She doesn't like coming in here by herself, and you know, when she found out I was in here, she kind of was like, "Is it okay if I come in?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine. You know, come on in." And
Yeah,
I like what
you know, it's
we
been getting
writers
hard
said.
for her.
yeah.
Well, and it's normal. She's, we can
I want
never
an ice
fault
cream
others for
sandwich,
how
too.
they feel and the emotions they have to go through, right? So
Yeah.
that's normal. And I imagine she just
I want
lost
an ice
and then
cream
somebody
sandwich.
that doesn't know you
Me
guys is
too.
like, yeah, he's laying in the bed right there, So
Mhm.
I love ice cream sandwiches.
That's my favorite. My absolute favorite ice cream is the
I
ice
have
cream
to be honest.
sandwich.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, that's
You
my
don't want to know
favorite.
what I'll do.
It's
for
a terrible
Klondike
thing,
bar.
but it's a good thing.
I buy the Klondike bars all the time
I
too.
didn't
but
hear what you said,
I
Adam.
love the ice cream sandwiches. That's my
I
favorite.
just said you don't want to know what I do for a Klondike bar.
Oh,
Saving my grandma.
oh.
Yeah,
But
I don't want to
no,
know either. I don't want to know either.
But yeah, it's she's getting, you know, we're talking about the emotions, and I'm one who doesn't really let my emotions show, so I hold them in until I'm alone. And I don't know if this is like a, you know, a macho thing or something to do with the ego, but
Mhm.
you know, Patty, you've seen me break down a couple of times.
Yes, I
It's
have.
you know what it is.
Understandable though.
It's something that needs to be changed in society, right? The way we raise our boys. Like it should be okay for you to cry when you get hurt or because mom yelled at you and your feelings are hurt instead of this brush it off, quit crying shit that we do to our little boys, right? So it's not about being macho, it's the way that you were trained up
That's right.
to
Yeah.
behave.
Yeah.
So
I have no problems crying in front of people, none
No.
whatsoever.
And if
I
you
mean-
don't, and if you don't believe, I can send Patty Brian's birthday video.
Yeah, I've seen it. I was there actually. Was Laura wasn't there, was she?
I was there.
Yeah,
I
she
was
was
there.
there. I was there.
Oh,
Matter of
okay,
fact,
okay.
I had to bold, as much as I hate liars, I had to just bold face lie when he was talking about how he had a meeting with Matt, and I'm like, about what at that time of night? Da 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 da. Yeah.
I'm on the phone with Matt all the time.
No,
All the time.
Me
I'm
and
talking
Matt
about
do
for your birthday
FaceTime
video. How I
calls
had
all
to
the
lie and
time.
act like I didn't know anything was going on.
Oh yeah, you played dumb there.
Sometimes
Everyone-
Matt
That
calls
was a
me
very
and I
nice.
and I walk to work with
I
him.
never actually got back to you on that, but that was very
Wow.
nice.
What's going on with Peta? I just added her and I don't see her. Are you there?
Hello. Can you,
Oh,
can you hear me?
We can
Yes.
hear you.
Okay, guys. Good night. I'm
Going
going down.
incognito.
Have a great fun. Have a great night. I'm going
You
down.
are so mean.
What was it you were gonna?
Yeah.
You wanted to say to him so bad in the chat? Go. We want to all hear it now.
Oh, and I have witnesses to this. Robert
Oh,
and
shit.
Brian and Mister down there in the corner knows exactly what I'm talking about. Why isn't my picture showing though?
I don't know. I don't
Bizarre.
see your picture.
Did you allow give it access to use your camera?
Oh my god, I look.
Ryan, why do you
like
look so nervous
absolute
right now?
shit.
Truth
Yeah,
is
Brian.
about to
Why
come
are
out.
you nervous?
That's awesome,
Hello,
Mason.
hello, everybody in
Awesome.
the
The
chat.
lights are really pretty outside. The lights are very pretty outside. Let's change the
Stop it.
subject.
How do you
Stop
guys
that.
like her accent? She's from Australia. I just love the Australian accent.
Good day, Mike.
Well, I get
I do
told
too.
that I'm from England all the time, but at the moment I sound like I don't know what because yeah, I'm so sick. I feel like shite. So, but yeah, it's not good that Lex is sick too.
So what
You
were you
sound
gonna
like
say? So you have witnesses what?
Thank you, Brian.
You're very welcome.
I'm not sure what Rockabetty, but it won't be tonight. But it'll be sometime in the near future. I'm just not tonight though.
It's super sexy. That's why I'm moving there.
Now
What's this?
somebody wrote in
Moving
here
where?
that they have never tried cornbread. Who said they never
What?
had cornbread?
Never had
the
cornbread.
fuck?
Get out of
What
the chat.
I've never had cornbread.
I
I've
just
never
pulled
had
that
Nor have I.
up.
I've never had cornbread.
Oh yeah.
You what? Wait a minute, Brian.
You
You
will.
said-
You can't say that in September. I'm getting you some. You know what? I'm making homemade cornbread.
Never
I'm
had
bringing
it.
to Para Unity Day. You're having.
Okay,
it.
cool.
Oh my god!
will
You've
have-
never tried cornbread either, Brian?
Never had it.
Oh my god! It's so
Mm.
good.
What
Mhm.
what is cornbread?
You've
Exactly what
never
it sounds
had
like.
it either.
That's exactly what it sounds like. Cornbread.
I'm an
It's
I'm
they make
Australian.
sweet jalapeno spicy cornbread.
Oh,
It's
so
so
many
good.
ways, so many ways of
No.
making it. Oh
When
my
I
god!
think of cornbread, I see bread with like big chunks of corn in it.
That's
And
exactly what
that's
it
not
is.
appealing
Keep
at all.
thinking that. Keep thinking that.
No,
You
It's only
can
the
make
it's
it
Mexican
that way.
cornmeal.
Mexican
It's
cornbread.
No.
cornmeal.
Adam. Cornbread, homemade cornbread with cinnamon butter.
Oh, that's so good.
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
that sounds
Never had
good.
it. Never had
Why,
it.
why did
Now
you
my
look
question
over
is-
like we're on the Ada's what was that show? The Brady,
Brady
Bunch.
Bunch.
We're all looking at
Brady
each
Bunch.
other in video.
That's what I do.
He
That's
always
what I do.
he always does that. But my
It's
question to you
aesthetically
guys
pleasing
is
to the audience because
my question is it when are you getting the corn from the cans or from the actual cob?
It's pre-made. It's pre-made. It's like a dried bread mix in a box. You're not getting
Cornmeal.
Yeah, cornmeal.
It's like cornmeal.
cornmeal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's already
See,
ground.
I don't know. I've never had it,
Yeah,
so I don't
Ground up
know.
like bread, like a bread thing that you would put together.
Mhm.
Oh,
Actually, that's
okay.
not a bad
I've
idea.
never had it, so I don't
But
But
know.
it's
mom's
made with
cabinet.
corn instead of wheat
But can
or
you
whatever.
make it from scratch though, and
Oh yeah,
do
Oh,
it
yeah, if
yourself?
you get bored.
So then,
Sure,
would
if you
you
want to
use
skin all
can
those
or
pieces of
cob?
corn.
yeah.
Could
I'm
you
used-
imagine
All
that?
right,
John?
back up a little bit. Matt, you said cinnamon butter.
Oh, yeah.
Butter and
homemade
Oh my
cinnamon
God,
butter
that was like
together.
5 minutes ago. Where, like, catch up?
Are you on the way? No, she said she's sick. She's sick. We'll
Everyone
give her
was
the pass.
talking. Everyone was talking.
Oh,
I don't want
yeah.
to interrupt.
Oh,
But we
No,
don't
it's
we
all good.
don't have cinnamon butter here either.
No,
We
you
No,
just
make
I've
it
never had
yourself.
cinnamon.
Australia.
I've never had cinnamon butter either.
Do you,
Oh,
do
they
you
need to
have
go to
do
Texas
you have just regular
Roadhouse.
butter? Do you have regular
of
butter?
course.
Have you had?
You have
Yeah.
regular butter.
You have
Add some
cinnamon?
cinnamon.
Yeah.
To it
yeah.
and mix
Little bit
it
of sugar?
together.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
I got you.
It's more
I
than
got you.
just cinnamon in there.
What about Vegemite?
Okay.
Do you guys have Vegemite over there?
No, we do not.
What is it?
Yeah,
Vegemite.
it's called the farmer's market.
Vegemite.
I've
Vegemite.
tried
that what-
Vegemite and I don't like it at all.
Oh
I've
yeah,
tried
yeah,
it.
yeah. Bill
Gross.
Hader, Land Down Under. That didn't he get fed a Vegemite sandwich or something like that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heard
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's horrible. It
I don't
tastes
like it.
dirt.
It is
I'm
awful.
sorry.
Someone
Now,
Mason-
have you guys
Mason
ever
said Peter sounds like the Queen of Australia.
have you guys ever tried cooking pineapple and putting cinnamon on it?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Amazing.
No, but I'm going to
Oh.
tonight.
It's amazing.
I just had that new pineapple refresher from Starbucks tonight, and man, it was amazing.
I will say though, Peta, to help you out, I have tried fairy bread and I love it. I think it's amazing.
Hey,
Fairy
do you
bread
know-
is really good.
Is fairy,
What's it called?
is fairy bread from
Fairy bread.
Australia, is it? Fairy
Mhm.
bread.
Mhm.
It's like
Fairy,
you
like
need
a little fairy with wings?
hundreds and thousands. No, so you just a piece of bread, and then you spread butter on it or margarine, whatever, and then you
Okay.
put the hundreds and thousands all over it.
I was
You put
about to
what
ask
over
you if
it?
you don't eat it quick enough, does it fly away?
Because I'll take it. Because I'll end up taking it. That's why.
But it's something that is done for like kids' birthday parties and things like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, has anybody tried upside down pineapple cake? That's one of my
Absolutely.
Yes.
You
that's
Patty,
one of
you
my
have to
Favorite.
specialties.
That's a
Patty
staple.
Cheesecake Factory. They have pineapple upside down cake cheesecake. Oh my gosh, it is delicious. It's
I
worth
feel
the
like I'm
$8 a
getting
slice.
fatter just thinking about it.
Oh, no. How about that?
God.
Adam, where are you from?
Tennessee. Well, originally from St. Augustine, Florida, but I live in Tennessee. I've been here for too long. 23
Might
years.
have it. What about a shoe fly pie?
Shoe fly
What?
pie? They have it
Yeah.
up in Kentucky.
Okay.
I've never heard of that.
Yes.
Shoe
it's good.
fly.
Shoe
Shoe
fly
What?
fly. Mhm.
It's
Yeah, I think we
Oh.
need to ask Matt this question.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Matt, maybe we should go from this angle. What haven't you had?
This is a very good point.
What's that?
I said that's a very good point. Let me rebuttal that with I love carnivals and fairs.
Okay.
So if it's
Okay.
it's been deep fried or anything like
Fried
that, let's
Oreos.
try it.
So Matt's walking towards the food, not the rides.
Yeah. No.
Hey,
Forget
hey,
the
God-
rides. I'm going
And
for
then
the
goes
food.
I
on
look
the
at God built me for the ground, so that's where I'm gonna stay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That's
okay.
me too. I go right for the food areas. I stay.
Yeah.
I don't care for the rides, but I go
Have
for
you-
the candy apples and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, candy apples.
Oh, those are
Nice.
good.
I love 'em.
Nice.
Caramel apples.
See,
Oh,
I'm
caramel
not
too.
hungry, but this
Funnel
is starting
cakes.
to make me
Oh,
hungry.
amazing.
With
Funnel
cherries.
cakes.
What the hell?
Funnel
What's
cake
a
with
funnel cake?
Funnel cake?
Funnel cake is
wow.
amazing.
Come to Perry Uni Day. Everything
Mhm.
that you guys,
can-
minus the Vegemite, are saying are here at the fair.
Well,
So
you know,
funnel
you
cake
can
is
buy a funnel
basically-
cake maker.
It's like, oh, do you really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they make-
awesome. So
yeah.
basically, it's like a dough that you would put in a fryer, and you make it
Mm.
look like a kind of a pretzel kind of type of thing, and then you would put icing sugar on it,
Without
and
putting
then you
powdered
put
sugar on it.
ice
Like
cream on it,
or
and then you
cherries
could
or
put like a
strawberries.
cherry
Mhm.
cream or strawberry cream or whatever. It's a
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys must do it
I
differently.
love it.
Here we
Yeah.
don't do it with
See,
the
this
ice
is-
cream. Like you get it and then it's hot, and you can either do it with powdered sugar or you can do it with like cherries or strawberries. But not.
Yeah, we
not
put
ice
ice cream with ours. We put vanilla ice cream
I
usually.
must be in the middle because we do either or.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never had it with ice
Like not
cream,
at
but
fairs
it
and
sounds
stuff though, Matt.
Oh, No, at this fair there is a stand that does it with as a
With
Sunday.
ice cream, I've never seen that. As much as I've traveled 14 years in the military, I've never seen ice cream on funnel cakes.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, if you come out to Canada and go to Canada's Wonderland, that's where you get it there with the ice cream.
Oh,
So is that where
Yeah.
you're going to take me, Brian, so I can try
I'm-
all these weird foods?
No, never.
Jackie
never.
hit a good one. Jackie just did a really good one. Peanut butter pie. Ooh.
Oh.
So going back to my original question, Matt, what
I've
haven't you had?
never.
I don't know, but I'll let
Yeah.
you know when I find it.
I've,
But here's-
You gotta
I've
go there.
never
Have you
tried
had
peanut butter.
But
What?
What?
We're gonna
Wait,
hit-
what?
You never had
Did you
peanut
just
butter?
say she's never had peanut butter?
uh-huh.
No, I
That's a sin.
haven't.
That's a
do they
sin.
have it in Australia?
Yes, and it like everyone loves it, but I don't know.
Yeah, like
it's
you
the
can eat it with
smell.
apples or bread or
No.
celery or
Oh
by
my
itself.
God. I grew up
Whenever
on it.
I-
and I
a
still like
spoon
it.
with some Hershey
Whenever my
syrup on it.
kids
Just
wanted me to make like peanut butter sandwich or put peanut butter on their toast, I would just be like, ugh.
Oh,
I
I
don't
love it.
know. I've never tried it.
I just put my spoon in there and just eat it.
I do
like,
too.
Oh
I
my
love
God,
it.
Oh my
That's what I
God,
stole
yeah.
with
Stop
Hershey
judging,
syrup,
Brian.
Adam.
Look at
It's
the
my
judgment
favorite.
coming from Brian.
There was no judgment here. No
Really?
judgment here.
Brian, you
I'm
know what?
trying to figure out what this love-hate affair is with you two. It's constant.
And he's full of absolute BS, saying, "I don't know why she keeps calling me Mister."
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
That's
the whole
funny.
peanut butter thing is a little bit weird, I have to be honest. Not ever having peanut butter,
Well,
that just
I
seems
can't even
very odd to
imagine.
me.
I
I've
need
never
to
met
stay
anybody that's
unique.
never had peanut
Okay.
butter.
Maybe you can give her that with the
Have you had
carnival ice
peanut?
cream when she comes to Canada.
Ooh, homemade ice cream with peanut
Oh.
butter. Homemade peanut butter ice
Oh.
cream.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
I think the whole thing started with me and PETA about this love-hate relationship is that we're both very, very sarcastic people. And I think that's where it really, really started. I think we were having I think it's actually, you know when it started was before me and Matt did the show back in January. We had them on the phone before that show because we pre-recorded their segment. And I was busting chops about something. I can't recall what it was. And that's when I think it really started between us. And
It always,
it's a
busting my
good
chops.
love-hate
Always.
relationship, and it works. It works.
Yeah.
So
we
So,
actually never know when
I gotta-
we're being serious. It's very
Yeah,
hard to discern.
exactly.
I got to tell you
Wait
guys
a minute,
something
what did
that
you
I
say?
just
You're
recently
basically what?
tried.
What's that?
What's that, Patty?
Okay, so I tried something recently because I make smoothies in the mornings. Almost every morning I make a different, I play around with it. Anyway, I made one and I'm hooked on it now. It's with a banana, oat milk, peanut butter powder. You can buy the actual powder, the peanut butter powder. Instead, you mix it with water, you can turn it into peanut butter, but it's in powder form. So I put a couple teaspoons of the peanut butter powder in there, and I put a bunch of honey in there with the oat milk and all that, and I make a smoothie, and it tastes like you're eating a peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Like the king.
Yum, yum. It is really good. It is really good.
Wow.
Like
Peanut
I'll do
butter and-
toast.
peanut butter and
Ooh.
banana sandwich.
I love it. Have you ever
Oh.
had it?
Oh
It's awesome.
God, yes.
It's my favorite.
As a child, a lot.
Yep, me
As a
too. I
child,
still
a
do it.
lot.
I have that for lunch at least 3 times a
I was
week.
gonna say I just had one last week.
There you go.
The marshmallow
You
fluff?
guys
Oh, yeah.
don't have
I like
That's
that
dangerous.
too.
Tim Tams over there, do
That is
you?
dangerous. The
Do
marshmallow
we have
fluff.
what? Sorry.
We have
Tim
what now?
Tams. Do you have
What's
Tim
this?
Tams in the
Tim
US?
Tams.
No,
Oh,
never heard of those.
Oh, what? Really?
What are
They're
they?
biscuits.
I
What
was gonna
is
say, I
it?
think
Yeah, we have
They're
biscuits.
we call them
they're
something
a
else.
chocolate. They're a chocolate biscuit, but then they've got like a center bit, and people in Australia call it a Tim Tam slam, where you like just bite a little bit of one corner off and the opposite corner off, and then you like suck the coffee or hot drink, whatever, into the biscuit and then put it in your mouth, and it just like melts.
Hmm.
It's
don't know,
it's an
that sounds
Aussie
good.
thing.
We have a version
It is
of
good.
that, but there's we don't call them Tim Tams. I can't remember.
Hold on. No, I'm gonna have to look.
Mm.
Let me.
I
let
love
me
fried
Google.
green tomatoes.
Yes.
Fried green
Fried
tomatoes.
are
Yeah.
amazing.
I know.
You know, like every food that we're basically talking about here is like the worst food ever, other than your smoothie.
Yeah.
We're going for like artery clogging.
I know.
Uh,
I know.
heart attack waiting to happen. Like, welcome to America, where if we can deep fry it, we will.
Mhm,
And if not, we'll find a way to,
mhm.
deep fry the vegetables. I mean, have you ever had fried corn? Like,
No.
No,
so good. How
I'm
about
not a big
Sure.
deep fried person.
but you have to be. This is the American way,
There you go.
This is why everybody makes fun of us. We deep fry everything. Actually,
Uh-huh.
my mom will take and she makes a fried. Ooh, those look
What
That's
in
a
the
that's
world?
Oh my
that's a
god.
Tim Tam. That's a Tim Tam.
That's-
good.
Oh.
We have different cookies
I'm-
that are like that, but
We have them in so many different
Oh,
flavors now. It's really
wow.
cool.
Mhm.
They're very
tell you
naughty
what.
biscuits.
Naughty.
Huh.
But,
Interesting.
Well,
like,
for like
we
lots of
found-
sugar.
oh, okay. I'm like, very naughty. Very naughty. What do they do?
Where are you going with this, Adam?
I have I wasn't the one who brought the word up.
What
I'm like,
I miss? What I miss? I was reading the comments.
She called them naughty biscuits, and I'm like, naughty?
Oh, naughty biscuits.
I'm like, whoa, what do these things lead to? I mean, is this
I think
is
someone's
this
gonna
an
be getting a
Aussie
new.
foreplay?
Somebody's getting a new nickname here soon. I have that feeling.
Oh, are you meaning me or Adam?
Actually, I was thinking about Lurker, but that works.
Oh, okay.
My co-host. He's on a biscuit thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what his deal is, but
So tell everyone about your little show that you do, your shows that you do, Matt and then Brian also. You guys do like your little shows every week. Like
Little
who wants to
shows.
start?
I like how she says
Yeah,
little
yeah.
shows.
Big
Yeah.
shows. I don't
Adam.
know. I'm sorry.
I'm not arguing.
Kind
I'm
of
not arguing.
random.
All right, your
little
big shows. Your big shows.
How about just saying your podcast?
Okay, your podcast.
I like that.
Yeah, I still need to
go ahead,
learn how
Matt.
to do a
No,
podcast.
it's okay, Patty. I was just busting your chops.
Okay. Sorry.
Well, see, I wasn't.
You don't have to
Doing it.
stay
I was
sorry.
going along with it. I was like, well, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So I host actually what I call the Paracrew podcast. It's every Wednesday and Friday night. Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, Friday 9 p.m. Eastern. Basically, kind of like what you have here, Patty, and just kind of hanging out, getting to know people, hanging out with the chat. Everyone's welcome. Doesn't matter who it is in the field. Anybody outside of the field. I've had radio DJs on. I've had a bunch of people. I've had everybody and anybody, and basically it's just a good time just to hang out, relax, and just enjoy each other's company, and just to find out more, to learn, and to have fun. It's really about it.
And then what about the one that you do with Squeakers, that where you guys do like the TikTok videos?
Oh, that's actually Lurkers. That's
Lurkers. Okay.
Yeah, Lurker Carlos, one of my co-hosts, he has his own show. It's called WTF Is That? It's a reaction show. He
That's
basically
right.
reacts to different TikToks. whether it's paranormal or just random stuff he finds. Half the things I have no idea where he comes up with it, but that is one for a little more adult. It's not for kids. And then my wife and my other co-host Sarah have their own show too called Creepy Cryptids, where they talk about cryptozoology, theories, a bunch of different things. They both all the shows that they've been doing have been absolutely phenomenal. I'm very proud of
Awesome.
and WTF is that they've all really stepped up. And you're talking about 3 different introverts, you know, starting their own podcast. So I'm really proud of them.
That's awesome.
That
Good
is
for them.
Can I just point something out that V-Team Paranormal just said?
Yeah, sure.
The crickets.
The crickets and hot dogs. Like, what the fuck?
Wait, what?
Yeah. At the Calgary Stampede this year, they had crickets in the hot dogs and sold them for $20. No joke.
What the hell?
Crickets aren't too bad. I had crickets. I had crickets in Thailand.
Come on now, a cricket.
Yeah, they're just crunchy.
Oh, sick! I don't even eat hot dogs, much less a damn cricket in one. Ooh.
Honestly, a cricket's healthier than the hot dog.
Right.
I'll take the hot dog. Sorry, my daughter didn't want to wait to see her. She walked out. So
Nikki is in the room.
Yeah, it's my girl. It's my girl. Nikki.
Nikki.
She's one of my subscribers and a friend of mine. She's over in.
We follow each other on Instagram.
Okay.
Oh, do we now? I wonder why you
stop
follow
it.
her.
Stop it.
I'm going to give you so much shit.
So here's a little culinary adventure for everybody. So when I was in Thailand for the military, we were stationed in Sadaheep. It's a port for their military, for their Navy. When we were there was probably, I'd say, about 100 plus chickens, bunch of cats, bunch of dogs, all roaming all over the place.
Oh my god!
They had a little food court set up, and they had like shrimp and different things. They had a bunch of different stuff. Well, one of the favorites that we had was their fried chicken, just like little chicken wings. It was absolutely delicious. It wasn't until we left to go to Pattaya for basically a vacation, month and a half vacation, did we realize that there was really no cats or dogs or chickens left on that pier when we were leaving.
So the chicken wasn't really chicken.
That's what we were thinking. But here's the fun thing. During our briefing, we were told never ask what you were eating. Just eat it, shut up, and be happy.
So
I'll tell you what, if it was,
it was good.
It was good.
So Matt, when I was in Korea, like here in America, they have the hot dog like carts like on the corners of certain places. So in Korea, it's the only thing I could compare it to, except it was bigger, obviously. But they would push it around, and it would be a bunch of skinned dogs laying there for you to choose from, different sizes. Yeah.
Pattaya was the same way. Pattaya was the same way, and they even had I
think they call it there.
Yeah, they had like iguanas. They had guinea pigs. They had everything and anything.
Cats, raccoons, take your pick. They have nasty stuff with their meat market.
Oh my god!
I guess we should watch because we don't know who our viewers are. Sorry if that's offensive, but it was nasty to us.
It's not something.
Oh my god!
Animals are
especially when
companions.
You're talking about our companions and our pets, and they eat them and skin them and eat them over there. That just it doesn't set right with me, because I mean, with any of us, we're not used to that lifestyle. Yeah,
that's part of why I gave up eating meat. Period. Right? I do eat some bird and I eat fish, but I even that
same
I
here. I do too.
Right? So I'm going to tell you, there's if you really look at some of these foreign countries, the things I mean, they have raccoons that will be stuck in this cage, like they're squished, like there's so many of them in there, and they sit and watch one raccoon be pulled out and swung around by his tail, and his
Oh my
head hit on the
God.
ground over and over again till it dies,
Oh
and
my
they start
God.
screaming, and or they're boiling them
Oh,
alive, and
oh,
like
stop.
it's
Oh,
horrific.
God.
But you know why I say that?
No.
Because a lot of that is also for the fur trade. So
Oh,
people think that wearing
God.
all this fur is okay. And these animals are like
Yeah.
so mistreated and abused to get that little bit of fur.
Mm,
It's so bad that I don't know, Kmart, used to be a big thing. They would
mhm.
sell, and I think Walmart has them now a lot at Christmas time. You'll see those little fake ornaments with like fake fur. It might be like a little fake fox or owls, and they have like fake
Mhm.
fur. Like
Mhm.
there's this huge thing out that you should avoid those, because a lot of times they put it as faux fur for Americans, but it's actually those animals that are being abused and
Oh,
killed. Yeah. So I'm real funny about any of that stuff.
yeah, I
Well,
am too.
just for everybody in the audience, just to let you know, over there, especially in like Pattaya and Thailand and stuff, meat is very rare. If you find any source of meat that is sustainable, that's not fish, you use it. It's just you got to use what you got to use.
Well, and that's why you can watch videos like at the nail salons. I'll never forget this one nail salon here. They're always showing these videos of it's an Asian country. I don't know where exactly, but they're out like wading in water and doing this stuff with sand and reaching in these things, and they're getting what kind of looks like eels and stuff to me. And they'll eat all that stuff because like
Ew.
yes, but that's what they're doing, is they're hunting to gather all that up to take it back and eat it.
Ew.
And so he's right. It's what we, to some people, I mean, to most people it should be just as graphic the way they kill our cows, or in
Yeah.
Saudi they put all their camels in a room with
Mhm.
like a swimming pool area, and they just start slicing throats. Like every place is just does horrendous things to
I
you.
know. I know. I don't eat beef or pork. I don't eat any meat. I eat chicken, boneless chicken, but I'm getting sick of that too. Like you were saying, you're getting, and I eat
Well, when I say I
seafood.
get sick, sometimes when I chew it, it'll hit me. Like I don't know
Yes.
if I'm feeling some of the animal or
Yes.
what, but I'm like I
Oh my
can feel
God,
the
me
muscle or
too.
whatever. Ugh.
Yes, me too. It's awful. I've gotten to the point now where I'm pretty much 100% vegan, and
Well, there are some countries that they eat horse meat. I mean,
oh,
it's a delicacy.
yeah.
But then again, there's also, like people who eat snails. Oh yeah, well,
Oh,
that's like
Escargot.
escargot. Yeah.
What did somebody
Um,
say? There was
what happened?
something in the chat. Somebody said.
Somebody says was hungry, but not now.
Oh, about the Seattle restaurant.
Good diet session.
Before that. Oh, iguana. Iguana is good. It tastes like chicken. It's actually pretty gamey. I've had iguana down in Guatemala.
So
It's,
I did try snapping turtle once when
Okay, hang on,
I was in the army,
hang on,
and
Matt.
yes.
I thought she was talking.
I'm gonna piggyback. Sorry, I'm gonna piggyback off what Brian was asking you earlier. What have you not tried?
When I
Or
find it, I will
eaten.
let you guys know. But that would only be a past tense statement. But believe it or not, though, I'm actually a very picky eater. Believe it or not, I will try it, but I'm very picky on what I like.
Mhm. Same here.
Yeah,
I
but
look at
I
it this
think
way.
picky is like you won't. Like I never had rice until I joined the army, right? So like I think picky is what you will and won't try. That's picky, not what you decide you like or don't like. I would not try all that shit you were just talking about.
Well, a lot of that was motivated by the spirits. We'll just say.
Yeah.
Oh, the spirits that we were talking about earlier, spirits like the Jesus
the liquid
Christ
ones.
spirits.
The liquid ones.
Look, I've done a lot of stupid things when motivated by the spirits, and
Must be a
let's
man
just put
thing.
it this way: when you are under the influence of the spirits, exactly, and somebody says for you to do something, I'm just drinking Coke tonight. No peach
Oh,
pound.
Diet Coke, there you go.
This
You
is an
know,
energy drink.
Energy
you
of
know,
what?
the
Go ahead,
spirit.
Adam. Sorry.
I mean, like it has to be a guy thing, especially in the military. If you tell me I'm not going to do something when I'm drunk, you know what? I'm going to do it. You know what they say? If somebody told you to jump off that bridge, would you? Absolutely. Guess what?
Listen, Adam. Did you say nobody in here was a Marine, right?
Oh, my dad was.
Okay, well, sorry to your dad.
Yeah, I know, right? I was such
I was
a
an MP.
disappointment.
I was an MP in the Army. For those that don't know, that's a military police officer. And so our barracks, when I got deployed for 9/11, our barracks were by the Jarhead, the Marines barracks. And these idiots decided to see if the flak vest really worked. Well, the flak vest in the Army guys or the Marines is this big, heavy, it's kind of like a bulletproof thing that you're supposed to wear in the war zones, right? That's kind of going to help you a little. Well, they decided like just down the hallway in the middle of the barracks to try their gun to see if the flak vest would work or not. So like, yeah, you guys are like testosterone driven. It's retarded.
I'm a CB.
On deployment. And I
US
was in
Navy.
the infantry, so I mean, we
CBs.
are.
Some of your guys drinking Pine Sol that I had to go rescue because they felt suicidal and couldn't get through basic training.
Oh my
Those are the ones we
goodness.
didn't want anyways. You should have just let them go.
Right. Well, they went right. They went right back home.
Yeah.
I U.S. Navy Seabees right here. We were the ones who gave the Jarheads half the ideas, and then we tried it ourselves. But they survived.
Let's do it so we can say we did it too and we're cool.
You know what was crazy about the MPs and you know, of course the cadence wimpy MP. You can't spell wimp without MP.
I didn't know about that cadence because we didn't sing that.
Oh yeah, well we used to run past y'all's barracks singing it, and you know, y'all's station. But
how many times did you get pulled over?
Well, here's the thing. So we're in a war zone. All right, we're in Iraq. I'm on QRF, which is Quick Reaction Force. When we get called out, we gotta shit it and get it and go.
Right.
You know how many times an MP tried to pull us over on the fob while we're running sirens, and literally we wait. They find out where our house is, and they're waiting for us when we get back from saving somebody's ass or escorting the OD out or whatever to hand out speeding tickets. Oh, you get speeding tickets in the like combat zone.
Because, well, not only that, some people really take it to their heads, just like civilian police officers. They just, you know, here's the thing, like in the military, I could be a private, which is the lowest rank, and I can pull over a commander who in any other circumstance I would basically have to bow down for. And because I'm in an MP status, he can't outrank anything. So and so people just take it to their head and abuse it, just like some civilian police officers.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what they wanted to do.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds wrong especially when you're like going out and going into like a huge conflict and saving people, like Adam said, and you get a freaking speeding fine.
That's crazy. Wow. I had no idea stuff like that went on over there when you're
you have to, I mean, now being on the other side of that, you have to understand that now in that situation, I mean, my first thought is they should be like, oh, okay, we understand, and that should be that. But
we're not
you have to understand that, you know, what the MPs deal with on the other side and the situations that when they aren't controlled and children are ran over, not in the war zone necessarily, but you know what I mean. So there's things on both sides of that, no matter which jobs you're looking at, civilian or military, where people either are abusive or don't do their job at all, or, you know, are good people. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Patty, I want to go.
Oh, sorry,
Pia.
No, it's all right.
I just wanted to hit on what Cindy said about two comments up above David there, above the Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
Crossing the equator. I know what she's talking about. Shellback. They actually don't do any of that stuff anymore. That one. Yep. Okay. They actually don't do that. they do somewhat of a haze. That's what we in the military called hazing, where you just basically beat the living crap and you go through basically this ritual of crossing the equator for the first time.
Hmm.
They got rid of a lot of that. Like for example,
Supposed to all be gone.
when we made E4 or petty
Sergeant.
officer in
Yeah.
for you it would be
E5.
PFC because you're doesn't the Army NCO start at
E4?
E5?
Yeah.
E5, yeah.
E4
That's
or
what they call it.
corporal.
They call it blood wings. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, corporal, but not everybody gets that. Some go over
that's a
that, right?
lateral transfer.
Our NCOs start at E4, the
So
petty
you
officer
call
third
it blood
class.
wings.
Well, for us, we always had we called our crows. We had them tacked on. Before, they used to literally beat the living crap out of you and put basically your pins on your collar. They would take the frogs off the back and
Yeah.
The damage.
That's what we call blood stripes. Yeah,
Yep.
you bleed because they stick them. So if you can imagine what we might call like a brooch. Well, brooches go this way, but kind of like an earring post, but 10 times bigger. And you've got 2 or 3 of them, depending on your rank, and they stick them in and then don't put the backing on there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the little backings. We call them dammits. Like I've got a big scar right here.
Yep.
Because every time you poke yourself when you forgot that you had them,
damn
you
it.
say, damn it.
Yeah.
But like I've got a big scar right here. So, when I got my CIB, the combat infantryman's badge for the first time, they came up and they pinned me and they kept punching it right in.
And everybody that's promoting you does it.
I tell you what, it's tradition. And if I choose, I guess now, I don't know with today's.
Now they have stress cards, Adam.
I've heard my nephew's actually the only reason I'm at this house right now is because I'm dog sitting because my nephew's graduated AIT out in Fort Sill, Oklahoma.
Hey.
And but here's the thing, and I don't have the heart to tell my mom. So he just graduated AIT. He's going to be working on the Patriot missile system. So now he's having to stay for 11 weeks of additional training. And I'm like, yeah, you know what that means.
Yeah.
You're gone. Goodbye. You're basically getting deployed before you even hit your first duty station. Because that's what the Army will do. Before you get deployed, they're going to train you up for, depending on what your MOS is, it could be 4 weeks, it could be 3 months. They're going to train you up in every situation, every spit piece, nasty.
Every scenario that could happen.
Yeah, and when you graduate AIT,
is anyone else lagging?
What's that? Saying
is anyone else lagging, or is it my internet?
It has to be that Aussie internet.
Yep.
I already put
standing on the line outside.
I already put a quarter in my router, so I'm all right.
Are you like in a big city, or are you like in the outback?
In the outback. I'm about 45 minutes. I'm up in the hills, so about 45 minutes from the city.
So, Peter, Australia is one of the places I've always wanted to come to because I'm an animal lover and love kangaroos and stuff. But I was curious, like, how serious it is with those great big ass spiders that build those nests that take over cities and stuff.
Okay. I'm just going to clear something up here. There are loads of photos online, and then they put spiders in Australia. And yeah, we have spiders, but most of the images, when I've actually looked at them and then searched online, some of them are actually from the States.
That's
but
fun.
yeah, we don't.
I've never seen them.
We don't get spiders that take over paddocks and cover huge big gum trees and things.
Well, that makes me feel better because that was the one thing that I'm like, I don't know. All the spiders and big insects
Yeah.
that they try to perpetrate over there is scary to me. Ugh.
So between Crocodile Dundee
But
and
yeah, I
Steve
mean,
Irwin,
even
which one's the national treasure?
No, I don't want to hear this.
Oh my goodness.
Which
I
one?
love them both.
I know. I miss the Crocodile Hunter.
I do too. I love
well,
him.
speaking of him, my pop, he used to work with my late pop. And when he was a lot younger, and they were working on the railway line in the outback, and they'd always have to keep a really close eye on Steve, because as they were driving along, like the workers would be, sitting in the back of the truck or whatever, and if Steve saw something, he would be jumping out and he'd be off. And so they'd always have to stop and start yelling out, because he'd just be gone. And yelling out, trying to find him so they could keep going. Yeah.
But
no, he was an awesome dude.
He to the way he passed away was like, I was always banking on like a black mamba or a crocodile, anything other than like the most docile sea creature there is besides a turtle.
Yeah.
Such a great loss. And
I know.
I always say, like, I survived 3 IEDs.
I see the messages.
I'm on full screen. I can't see them. Like I said, it's
Lucky.
so tiny for me.
I'm saving that last one.
I knew you would.
Now you got my attention. Hang on. Let me
we got a group chat going on here, and we're excited about. Thank you for taking care of that, AJ. If you're watching right now, thanks for taking care of my friend Stephanie.
Hate to do this, guys, but I do have to get going.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me
me
too.
too.
Yeah. What time is it?
It's getting late.
Almost 1 a.m. Eastern.
Right.
We've been live for a while. Thank you all for hung in here with us all this time. Brian, I never got a chance, like you're telling everybody that's here about your show that you do with Lex. What is it, every other week or once a week?
Yeah, it's every weekend, but we've decided that we're taking the month of July off.
Okay.
One of the reasons why, because of COVID and stuff like that. And so we've decided to take, like I said, to take the month of July. Our show's called Through the Lens with Brian and Lex, and basically what we do is we bring up smaller YouTuber channels or YouTube channels that are into the paranormal investigations, cryptics, whatever, and we bring them up and introduce them to everyone, because we strongly feel that a lot of times you don't get to know these people because you only see them behind the camera. Or doing paranormal investigations. So really our show is about getting to know the people that are making these videos and really trying to get them out there to grow. And so people go over to their YouTube or their Facebook, or if they do live investigations or whatever. So that's really the premise of me and Lex's show. So if you do have a show and you are a paranormal investigator, you have a YouTube channel, reach out to us and we'll bring you up on the show.
Yeah, Steph, I was just going to say that.
I was going to say thank you, Matt, for filling in for me, because I was meant to be on with Brian and Lex last weekend.
We'll get Pete on later on down the road, probably in August when we start back up again. We just decided to take a month break. So
and if you guys follow me on my G Team Facebook page, I always post when they do their links and stuff, so you can go over there and find them. Their links are over there.
And we've got
I think Matt wants to say something. He keeps on raising his hand.
Matt, what you want to say?
No, Brian was saying if anybody wants to come on his show. I was raising my hand. I volunteered.
Oh, I see.
Well, I am the podcast owner, right?
Patty,
the
I wanted to
podcast
say
work.
thank you for having me again. It was very
Yeah.
very
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
thank you, Patty.
welcome. You're welcome. And tell everybody how to
Yeah,
find
thank
you,
you.
Laura.
So you can find me on the Global Ghost Hunt page. However, I do have my own page, which is Whispering Angels on Facebook, Whispering Angels with 2 S's on TikTok, and Whispering Angels on YouTube. So
All
follow
right.
me,
And
like
then
me.
PETA, tell
Yes.
everybody about your channel.
Well, we have actually got part 2 of our Ouija board experiment going up. Well, for you guys, it'll be Sunday night. For Australia, it'll be Monday. So, yeah, that's something that we are looking forward to continuing with.
When are you
but
bringing
yeah,
your
otherwise,
What's the name of your
When are
channel?
you bringing your podcast to Parapost Network Central? What's going on with your podcast?
oh my goodness. Well, I've just been so busy working, and when I'm not working, my children got really sick, and then I got sick, and Jen had some family stuff going on too. So yeah, we've got to have a team meeting and get that started again, because I've got like a whole bunch of guests lined up, but that's called What the Paranormal. And yeah, whenever Jen and I do it, we stream to Parapost on Facebook and on our YouTube channel, which is just Ethereal Sisters Paranormal.
What's the name of that again?
Ethereal Sisters Paranormal.
Does somebody want to put her link in the chat real quick?
Because it's so easy to look up by the name. That thing is, look, I see it every day, and we'll probably have problems. So definitely put your link up for people.
Yeah, because when I first tried to find it, I was like typing a different way. Like, how's this
Ethereal.
spelled?
I just subbed to you.
It's not ethereal. It's
ethereal.
ethereal.
I know
like,
it's ethereal. I just said when I first
honest.
met you for the first
Honest.
time, I had a lot of problems saying your name, and so I just stuck with PETA.
No, and now you just call me Missy or Miss.
No, that was only one.
Yes.
Patty, come to Canada.
I am coming to Canada.
All right, I've put the link
wait.
in the chat.
Yeah, just
when are you going to Canada, Patty?
I don't know, but hopefully it'll be sometime, hopefully later this year or the beginning of next year. I'm hoping. That's what I'm going to shoot for.
Everybody come and see Brian.
Yes, Brian. We all want to
come.
I am.
Because
for the love of God, just come.
Everyone come to Para Unity Day.
How many bedrooms you got, Brian?
Not enough for everyone.
I guess someone was talking about
We're all sleeping in the same bed.
What size bed do you
Where
have,
am I
Brian?
sleeping?
Do you have a cat?
every man's dream.
I'm a
I have
cuddler.
a
Let's go.
I have a sofa bed.
Okay.
A pull-out sofa bed, so that's good. There you go. That's cool.
No. I have back issues.
I do
have
too.
you got a orthopedic mattress?
Well, how about this? How about we set you up in a hotel room and you can do whatever you want to do.
I was going to say, me and PETA need side by side.
Did you just say
orthopedic?
Did you just say do whoever you want? What?
No, that's not what I said. I said do whatever you want.
Do whatever
Do
you want.
whatever you want, not who you ever want.
We'll do that too, but we don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that stays.
Oh my God.
Go
on
crazy
live
on the beds.
streams.
Go
That's
crazy,
a whole.
whatever you're gonna do. That's a whole new show.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
That one I just put up with me.
What the fuck?
With all of us that are, we need to.
That's
I
on
was
our
thinking about
OnlyFans page, everyone.
Oh my God. You guys are all. You know what? I think
I'm
Matt,
delirious. Okay, I've got a very high
Matt,
fever right
Adam,
now.
and Patty are the normal ones here.
I take offense to that. I take offense to that down there.
If you ask the schizophrenic people, maybe
You can
not.
do whatever you want to do in the hotel room. You know, there's a bar downstairs, for God's sake.
You said
Go
we're
down
all
there
in
and go
the
crazy.
same bed. You're gonna have problems.
It's gonna get messy.
Don't worry. I got a sofa bed. I have a sofa bed and I have an extra pillow. There you go.
Oh my
Dude,
goodness.
Stop it. Stop
I'm
it, you
military.
two.
So
Sick of
kick
it.
it
I'm sick of
does.
all of you.
I'm military. Just throw me in the corner somewhere. I'll be good.
Right, I can sleep in the back of a truck in the rain while they're driving 80 miles an
Hang
hour.
on. I just got an
Don't
image.
touch me.
Just got an image of the the game Twister. I just got an image of Brian's Gina color being Twister,
Oh,
and then
Jesus
everyone getting
Christ.
all tangled up.
Jesus Christ.
You want to come over?
I told you I'm delirious.
Oh my god.
Do you want to come over for some paranormal activity and Twister?
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Oh my God. Stop. Everybody just stop.
Oh my god.
Jesus. Sick of it. Sick of all of you. It's the Brady Buds TV show.
And we're gonna put
Swear.
that up on our live stream too. We're registering.
Oh my God. What the hell? Wrong with you people?
Oh my god.
The sofa bed doesn't make any noise. It's okay.
Forget the fucking sofa bed, Brian.
The sofa
He
bed
said it
doesn't make any noise. I swear it.
This is how we normally act, everybody, when we're not live. But we're live now, so you're getting to see how we normally
Oh
act.
my God.
This is like Eddie Murphy raw,
Oh,
but
Jesus. Holy cow.
And don't worry, I don't sleepwalk either, so it's all good.
he said if you
Oh,
see
shit.
if you see him staring at you, it's not a sleepwalk, it's conscious. He's like, oh.
It's a
Oh,
Holy
I talk
shit.
in my sleep.
What the-
Oh
Laura.
Boy, you're
god.
some Christmas.
Cindy says,
My
wow, I
daughter
want to
just-
sign
my
up.
10-year-old just came and
What's
said,
that?
"You've been down here for like 3 hours, Mom. The party's over."
I think they laugh more than me and Cece on an investigation. We laugh a lot.
I know.
Oh my
Tanner,
gosh,
he's
that was
like,
so funny, Patty.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
we
hysterical.
wasn't that funny. Oh my, I had to leave that in the video. That whole scene was just too funny to not leave in the
Yeah.
video.
You know what I just noticed, guys?
What?
All of this going on in our little messenger is in the administration, not the personal chat.
Oh shit!
Yes. Like Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
sorry,
Didn't we have a
Brian.
conversation about this earlier?
You're
Yes.
gonna wake up to a bunch of bullshit in the morning.
We'll see another. We're about to see a comment from Brian. He's gonna say, "Can you guys do me a solid?"
What the hell? Am I that predictable? Like honestly.
Yep.
Yep.
Can you excuse me, guys, but can
I
you
don't
do me a
know.
solid and go to the personal chat? This is for administrative topics only.
You know what? You know what? I could be a real dickhead and be nasty in it and say,
Wow.
listen, morons. Go over to the personal chat. That's why I created it.
Here's what I want to say. We're all volunteers, so don't be surprised if you're called a moron right now.
Yeah.
Well, I
What
gotta
the
see
hell?
what I've been missing. Y'all have been looking at your phones. I've been watching this. Hold
Like
on,
there's
let me
got
get-
you guys
Well,
have been
Adam, listen, he had to go and recreate a new room for us because we were doing too much personal chatting in the admin room. So Matt was just pointing out that we forgot we were in the admin room.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm looking.
When he wrote his note to us in there, he was pissed because he woke up to like 200 messages that was all bullshit. So that's why I said, Brian, when you wake up in the morning, you're going to see a bunch of bullshit in the chat room again. You're going to wake up to a bunch of bullshit. So that's why we're doing a lot of
I
time
was
in the
waking up
admin room
because
by
I'm on-
accident.
yeah.
I'm
Us
on
girls are
opposite
in
sides,
there.
so I
Us
would
girls
get
are in there
the
talking
same
about getting
thing.
our nails done and shit. You had to wake up to all
What the hell are
that.
you going for with the fourth?
There's the cat right
Oh,
there.
God.
All right.
Yeah.
Seriously? Come
Oh,
on, man.
that's funny.
That was Matt. Matt was the fourth.
I didn't
That
put
was-
the unicorn. I did not put the
Yeah,
unicorn.
come on,
Oh, you
Matt.
did
You did
it?
that.
I
You
did
did
not.
that. Oh my
did?
lord, yeah.
Dom put the unicorn, I thought.
Who?
Solid
Dom.
joke.
Oh,
Yeah, Dom put the
solid.
unicorn. I
Oh.
put
like
the
the
twister.
lemur.
I put
The
the
lemur's
twister.
good.
Oh, there is a lot of stuff in there,
Yeah, I
Brian.
was you're gonna wake up to a bunch of bullshit.
Brian's over there. Look at him. He's looking. He's seething. He's
Brian.
seething. Like, what the
Brian.
hell?
Brian,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
Brian, they're misusing the chat. Brian, they're misusing the chat.
Creepy looking face. Brian.
By the way, folks, this is who's leading the global ghost hunt. All of us. So
Ready for a good time.
Oh my God.
Paranormal Twister.
Yeah, I saw that.
We promise
Oh.
we're all professional.
Oh, you know what? And I'm sorry I'm going to say this, Patty, and I'm going to say this. You guys are all fuckers.
and it's already been on record, Brian, saying that you trust us. So
Yes, that's true.
Takes
That's
one
true.
to know one.
You know what? You know what? You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to delete the personal chat and restart it.
Admins that don't know how to follow the rules.
Somebody send me an invite to a personal chat here.
Right.
It's all good.
I don't have that
It's
one.
all good. It's all good, guys. It's all good.
Oh,
It's all good. I don't have a problem with it. Just
This
don't
is-
let it happen again.
As we speak, he sends another one.
Yeah, you know what? If you guys could do me a solid, don't do it again, please.
I was waiting for that.
My 10-year-old just yelled through the floor to quiet.
I was waiting for that.
Oh my god.
Nom, nom, nom.
Really.
Dominic's in there. He's like, I have more pictures.
Hey, oh, I
Oh my
got.
god, what's wrong with you people?
Hey,
Like, there's like
I haven't
60
sent
here.
one. I haven't sent one. Should I send one so I can get in on
There's
the
like
action?
60 here.
There it is. Oh my god.
What's bad is that he's counting. Look what I just said to Dom.
Oh,
We're so
shit.
disturbing.
Hold on, I guess.
Yeah, that
Are
was
they
me. We're so
screenshots of our
disturbing.
conversation? What the
Because he
hell?
said he has
Oh
more
my
pictures.
God.
All right, well, I'll have to catch
Jesus
us on the
Christ.
mobile.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
much love
Thanks,
to
guys.
everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Yes,
Thanks, everyone. Thanks
Have
for
a
all
good
being fuckers. Thanks for all being fuckers.
Much
Thanks
love.
for being late.
Oh my
Anytime.
goodness. All right, bye, Matt.
Thank you.
Talking to Brian, but
Hey,
they
bye,
were too
everybody.
I was late
I
too,
know.
so
I
much
was late
love,
too.
much
Ciao,
love.
guys.
Good
And
night,
girls.
everybody.
Good night,
Thank you,
night.
everybody. It was
Thank
fun.
y'all
Good
so
night.
You're
much.
welcome.
It's my
Ciao.
curfew though. My 10-year-old says it's time for bed, so we gotta go.
Okay. Good night. Good night, everyone.
Good
Bye-bye.
night. Bye.
All right,
Bye.
good night. Thanks,
Bye,
Patty.
everyone.
Good to
Thank you
meet
for
you.
hanging with us all this time.
Sorry
night.
for the tangent right there at the end, but that was too much.
It was awesome.